Hello. I'm probably going to just be here by myself talking to no one. I was down to go live at 9:30, but then I seen Nick and Andrea had a live with Mel planned. So I thought, oh well, I'll wait till 10:30, which it is now. And however, I still think they're chatting. But I just thought, well, I'll just go live. I was meant to, so I'll just do it. And I delayed it an hour, but we shall see what happens. Sharon is going to join in a bit, I think. Other than that, we'll just say hello. I'll just say hello to myself. I should sing all by myself, shouldn't I? All by myself. No, I shouldn't, because I just shouldn't sing, to be honest. So yeah, all is good here. I hope all is good there. If you are joining this and you didn't see the Vanish Bin earlier, then please check out the Vanish Bin. Steve Green was on and it was great fun, of course. So yeah, there's people. Hi Mandy, hi Chris, hi Ashley. Hope you're all well. Yeah, but nothing much is happening here. I've been doing recordings for my other channel, which I'm enjoying. I've got 93 subscribers on there already and over 1,000 views, which is amazing. So that's cool. I bought a fancy mic, so now I think I'm like a radio presenter. Watch, I'm going to move it and knock it here, but here we go, right? Look at this, man. It's like me. Like, I'm getting like, hello and welcome to Laney FM. And tonight on the slow hour, it's a bit of Boys to Men. No, I shouldn't do that. But yeah, I keep putting it over there because I keep like having it in sort of in my face, and plus I'm just gonna knock it all the time. So, but yeah, that is cool. Right, where was I? Hi Dodo. Hi Diane. I've nearly finished your prize, Lainey. Your bear has been shown on my channel. Oh, cool. I did see it when he was in bits. I seen him. I did see him in bits. So yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen them all together. So I'll have to. I'm so behind on people's videos. But I will try and catch up and then eventually see him. Hopefully, I catch up before you actually send it. So that would be cool. Yes, I do, Chris. You had to be crude, didn't you? You had to be crude. I've gone all posh. I don't know what. Do you think it makes us posh? I don't think it makes us posh. It wasn't too bad price, but it makes a massive difference in sound quality and not actually picking up the background noise, because that was one of the things as well. It was picking up the background noise and stuff. So it's just that it takes up, like, it's just get like huge arm thing, and it's like it takes up loads of space, but it's mad. But yeah. Right, where was I? Hi Gemma. Looking good, Lainey. Just got your album finished now. Yeah, can you imagine if I'm introducing my own album on my own underground radio station? I don't know why that would be underground. It just sounds cooler, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Sounds cooler. It's like, yeah. Because I'm never going to be on like Capital FM or out, but Laney FM's better anyway. That's what I think. So how is everyone in the chat? Have we had a good weekend? Stroke Monday and Tuesday, really, because it's nearly over. And I haven't been anywhere today. I've spent a lot of time doing editing and putting stuff together today. What else have I done? Oh, I've got a doctor's appointment for tomorrow. Well, actually, they're coming to me. I ordered my repeat prescription. It's so exciting, isn't it? Oh my God, things are exciting. What else? I'm gonna speak to them about a new wheelchair. Just to help me build my confidence. Although I have been to the city centre in it, which was a massive deal because going over the bridge and the main roads and that, I was like, right, your wheel's not going to fall off. And I thought it's not really the way to go, is it? I'm okay, but my mum's being. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ashley. I hope your mum's all right. And it's for something that you can get out quickly for, type of thing. I hope you're able to visit as well, because I know, when my parents were in, we weren't, and it was awful. Hi, Chrissy. I'm good. I hope you're all right as well. So yeah, I've been out with a camera. I want to try and get another sunset in this week, because we've got a few late ones, I think. Was it? Yeah, we've got. I was trying to think. I'm sure Thursday and Friday. It shows that we're supposed to have sun, as well as it being about 19, 20. So I thought I might as well make the most of it while I can. Although I know I'm meeting my sister and brother on Thursday morning. Well, dinner, essentially. So that's cool. There's no visitors allowed. Yeah, it's really awful. They had I don't know if your hospital does the same thing, like a Zoom option thing where you could call via this thing. Although maybe your mum has a phone that does that, Hopefully she does. Oh, thanks, Kath. I still think for the best, I think it's probably going to be better if I do replace the wheelchair, because I think in terms of I had that for 3 years, no problems whatsoever. So having that in my head, maybe it will help. You know what I mean? My mum can't text, never mind cope with Zoom. Bless her. Yeah, my mum was like that. She wasn't very technical. My dad even less so. But the hospital did something like that where you could FaceTime each other. I think it was brought in over the whole COVID thing. So maybe it's something you'd speak to the hospital about, and hopefully they can do that, because it makes a massive difference, I think. But hopefully in the bigger scheme of things, it's just not in that long and you get home, and so it's not going to be a major issue. I'm still having issues with my knee though, since I hurt, since the wheelchair tipped. So I put loads of pressure on it, and obviously it's not used to it. So every time I try and lift it up and move, it hurts like hell. But yeah. But yeah, what else have I got planned? There's not I haven't got anything majorly planned, to be honest. I mean, obviously we're coming up to the charity thing. I need to do a video about the raffle. I need to do a video. What else do I need to do a video? I need to do a video about the raffle, re-promote the calendars, and also put together the rest of the stuff for the reseller YouTuber 90s festival thing, so that I have everything in place, because I'd rather have everything in place and just have it happen and then be like, oh, you know what I mean? So yeah, I need to do that. It's going to be like mostly concentrated in the weekend, but there will be stuff that happens early on and stuff like that. So I've got Josh on the Banish bin next week. Josh who's JD Networking, so that'd be cool. And then I've got Dave Keefe, is that his surname? Who is ABL reselling the week after that. And then I'm about 3 or 4 people short before my turn comes. So I need to ask a few people. And if, push comes to shove, I will just do the Chatty Tuesday a bit early and start it at like 8 o'clock. If I can't get anyone else, I think. But hopefully I can get it to last. When I was in the town, I go in a couple of the charity shops. Oh, actually, I remind there's one of them shut. I need to sort that out. Need to sort that out. I mean, tell Nick because of his database thing, because I'd added it to his database thing. Not that anyone else understands, but like, you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm really pleased he did as well. And like, I tried to explain it, but then I also sent him a video because I thought it's probably the easiest way is to have a look to see what it's like. But yeah, and he seems to be looking forward to doing it as well. So that'd be cool. Email you? Why am I emailing you? Oh, you'll do the Banish bin. Oh, sorry. I was like, I saw the bit and I didn't say cool. That's fab, actually. That would be great. Yeah, I will. I will email you. Can't get escape now. It sounds a bit thingy, doesn't it? Can't escape now. But you know what I mean. That'd be really cool if you did. Yeah. So I think so the next slot available will be 2nd Tuesday of October, right? Wait a minute. So maybe not. No, it's not. So Josh is the 21st. It's the first Tuesday of October. Josh is the 21st. Dave is the 28th. So it would be the 5th. The 5th of October. Of course, that would be fab. Definitely. You were actually, I think I made a list, and you are actually on my list of asking. Like I was getting like, who can I ask? And I put you down, and I put Rummage Around down, and what's his name? My brain's just gone. John Luke. I put him down, and I was like trying to think of people I could ask. So yeah, you are on my list, but now that's cool. My diary now. Can Barry come too? Come on too. So I'm lost a bit there, Kath. Oh, Barry. Ashley's Barry. I was like totally like, and then I was like, oh yeah, man, brains. Well, you'll be making the coffee, wouldn't you? And the tea? Well, I don't do coffee. Like the tea. Yeah, no, it was my brains. Like I needed to yeah. I got there eventually. It was like I was thought she was asking to bring a Barry, and I'm thinking, who's your Barry? You know what I mean? I just lost my brains. I didn't have any brains, to be fair, but I just lost them as well. So yeah, but that would be cool. Yeah, you need them there to make the teas and bring the biscuits and that. Of course. Having said that, when you first started talking about your virtual barista, I thought it was your husband you were talking about. I don't know why, but I just did. I thought thought that's what you were talking about. And then I clicked eventually. But you say it takes a while. I'm not the brightest. But I try. That's the thing. People love a trier or something like that. Something like that, isn't it? But yeah. So as I said, we've got good weather. Not tomorrow, it's a bit pants, but Thursday and Friday. So I was thinking Thursday I would be, obviously I'm meeting my brother and sister for dinner, and then possibly, if I can, I'll go out and see the sunset as well. If the car is in till later, I'll find out. And then on Friday, planning is to go along the coast, because there's not going to be many more times I can go right along the coast before it gets way too cold. Although, saying that, I do want to still go along when it gets colder, because that's when the wind comes, and when the wind comes, that's when you get like dramatic waves. And obviously, we need to photograph dramatic waves because that's apparently cool, even if you're frozen in the process. That's what I think. Anyway. Lots of people did. Barry's more interesting. I love how you give him a name and like a whole, like, I mean, does he have a wife? Because if he doesn't, does he want one? I mean, I'll take him. He's writing teas and stuff. I don't care. Virtual is probably better because, like, they don't talk much and all of that stuff. So yeah, but. Has anyone got anything planned in the near future? Like, anyone's family getting married or out like that? There's nothing really much going on here. Like, well, there's a lot going on, but nothing I suppose that's like massively positive, which sounds awful. Although the charity thing is, it also has my parents' memories around then. Is it memoriam or memory for like a year or not? I'm not really sure. So obviously that's going to be hard. But I'm going to try and keep my brain busy. The plan is keep my brain busy to get through that. Do the whole reseller thing, and then I think I might take a break over November. Not the whole of November, but for a week or something. I might take a week out. But I'll see how I feel, because I say one thing and do another me. He's experimenting with his metrosexual side, or even heterosexual side at the moment. He doesn't have to be sexual for me. If that makes sense. Just someone to talk to and make the tea, that's fine. I'm good. Hi, Anika. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. I'm apologising if I don't. Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? All's quiet here, just making Christmas gifts. Oh, lovely. I'm pleased. It's a good thing when all things are quiet, isn't it? It's just, yeah. And keeping busy is always good. My daughter's boyfriend has just got a job in a Michelin-starred restaurant, and they went there for a meal today. Oh, that sounds very posh. Very posh. I wouldn't be good with like fancy stuff. Where they like lay out your asparagus into a little bundle and tie a bit of string round, and they do a splodge and then splat it with the back of a spoon. Like, I don't get that stuff. I mean, I can eat, obviously. You can tell I can eat, and I like it. I don't want faffed about food. I don't want someone to play with my chicken so it sits perfectly on the squished potatoes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Barry sound perfect for me. Definitely. I'm pleased I pronounced it perfectly. That's cool. I hope you're good. Oh, Dodo is amazing at making things, like absolutely amazing. Yeah, like you're like I mean, obviously you've done the bear, which I haven't seen yet, but mostly, I mean, I'm guessing this is true actually, but I might not be right. From what I've seen, you do like to do a lot of more paper and card type crafts, like just from what I've seen, but I could be wrong. So what is like, is that your favorite thing to do? Just because that's what I've seen more of, or maybe it isn't. I'm not really sure. Are you doing a Groot blanket? Oh, a little Groot. I am Groot. That's all he says, isn't it? I am Groot. Groot is cool. Oh, you're knitting witches for Halloween. Halloween. That's cool. I was so like I can make stuff up. I can write poetry. What else can I do? Yeah, that's about it. But I've never been good at doing things like, as in, like, yeah, I've never been good who, trying to think, I've never been good at crafting stuff. Like, we used to do finger knitting and stuff with my mum, and like my mum taught us to knit, like, but I never really liked it. And no matter how hard I tried, I'd be the sort of person who just put holes in everything, and I never meant to. So yeah, that was a thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, actually, Dodo, you might do cards and things, but I don't know if you do. I mean, you might do. Um, right, where was I? I went to college today and saw this boy who got his face, who got his face was by the wall and wondering what he was doing, and you realise he was kissing the wall. Oh, strange. You're really excited for the mascara giveaway. Well, good luck. I'll be drawing it at the end of the month, which is the 25th. So is that 11 days? Yeah, 11 days. If anyone who's in the chat hasn't seen that, I did a video about mascaras. I am giving one away. So if you go over there and comment in the comments, obviously, just puts you in it. You don't have to comment anything specific. As long as you comment, it'll put you into the draw. You'd love to be able to knit, but you find it slow. So what you do is crochet. Is what you do then crochet and then Dodo? I know you do that because I thought that like Peter Rabbit was knitted, or is it not? Am I mistaken? Because if Peter Rabbit isn't knitted, or if it is knitted, then you can knit. Definitely. What's that thing with the felt and the where you push it in and then you make where you made the fox for Carla, because that was amazing. Something felt I'm getting. My brain's just not in. It's never in, to be honest. You should have a channel, Dodo. You'd be great. I was in it before a paper crafter, but I go in cycles. Obviously, having won card mate of the year, I'm in to proper crafting at the moment. Yeah, your card mate of the year, you fully deserved that. It was amazing. and haven't had one of your cards, absolutely beautiful. And also the photograph book, and I got all the little photographs done to put in it, so that was cool. My photos of the week book. I do paper cutting. I don't know. My mum always told me that I was shaping like a bear with a tin nose when she tried to teach me to knit. My mum always just was like, I mean, my mum used to knit, and then she got one of them knitting machines, and then all I remember is, like, as a kid, she knitted so many things, and all I can remember is just the about going backwards and forwards, because it was like so quick, wasn't it? Because she'd like knit a jumper in like an hour or something. Well, maybe not that quick, but we all got tank tops, and she knitted our names in, and so I had like, it was like light pink, and it was light pink with a dark pink trim, and then it had my name in dark pink across like the right breast area type thing, and then my brother had a light blue and a darker blue trim with Billy on his, and my sister had one with Sharon on hers. Yeah, and I remember knitting, doing Thomas the Tank Engine for my brother, and various of the different things that she did over the years, jumpers and things. Yeah, but I don't think I've got the patience. Oh, all your stuff is crochet, is it? I honestly wouldn't have known that. Needle felting, that's it. Yes, needle felting is really that was really cool what you did, Carla. Hi, Rebecca. Caught your woolly pad the other day, the one with the bear. He's lovely. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I need to see my friend the bear. My friend. You might like my woolly pad. Woolly pod. Woolly pod? Pod. Yeah, it's pod. I need to read. I take it no one else has heard that saying either. I think I was crack-handed. I've heard the saying cack-handed. Yeah, when you like, as in you can't do it or whatever. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Hi, May. Hi, Lenny. Perhaps you could write poetry relating to the photos you take. I love poetry, especially Seamus Henny. I'm useless at most craft activities. I'll have to look up that name, Seamus Henny. Yeah, I'm the same with the craft. Like, I don't see the thing with me is I can write. If someone gives us like a subject, I can usually put something down. But the best time, the stuff I write the best is when I'm actually really low, and that's like, and I don't know if it's in a general thing for most people, but it's usually when I feel the worst. It's like, that's usually when I write the best. However, I could probably do something, you know what I mean? But it's just, for me personally, wouldn't be as good. All right, I'll see what this paper cuttings. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, so you cut it out with a scalpel. God, that must take ages, Dodo. I'll share that. That must take ages to cut all that out. Like, it's really intricate. Oh, get me with big words like intricate. That's really pretty. Hello, brother. How are you? Even though I've just spoken to you not long ago. You've written a few short stories, and the best ones from when I was depressed. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like whenever I've done anything good, or I felt that it's good, I've always felt really bad, if that makes sense. Like I can usually make up anything, just whatever. But yeah, it's always been when I felt at my worst. But then being at it usually helps get us out of how I feel as well. So that's the thing. I so admire people who can do paper cutting. Yeah, I can imagine it must take a while, definitely. I think I shared one of my favourite poems is like by 1 second to just bring it up on the old Insta. So Dorothy Parker, and her poem is called Interior. Her mind lives in a quiet room, a narrow room and tall, with pretty lamps to quench the gloom and mottos on the wall. They're all things. Sorry, I'll speak. They're all things are waxen neat and set in decorous lines, and there are posies round and sweet, and little straightened vines. Her mind lives tidily, apart from cold and noise and pain, and bolts the door against her heart, out wailing in the rain. Yeah, I really like that, even though I ballsed up speaking it. But that's by Dorothy Parker. And one of another favourites of mine is "If" by Rudyard Kipling. I can't speak. Rudyard Kipling. I get bored very easy, so I have picked up a good few hobbies. My favourite is wood burning. Wood burning. Is that literally what it says on the tin? Like burning bits of wood? I mean, it must be is that like to stay in it? Or sorry, I'm not very clued up on that. But yeah. Hi, Gaina. Cherry and I got a craft kit to share. It's been vanished into her room. Oh dear. Did it go AWOL? She made a sunflower farmer called Dude from plaster and resin. He's great. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Hi, Tam. I haven't wrote anything in ages, actually. I sometimes get like a line or something that comes through us, and then I'll just write it down, and then I do nothing with it for years, and then like something else will pop that goes with it. But yeah, haven't done it for a while. I need to I want to put all my poetry into like a similar place. Does that make sense? Oh wow, that's amazing. So this is wood burning. So you basically burning the image. Look at his eye. You burn the image on the wood. That is a skill and a half. You're really good at all this crafting. I'm trying. I was going to try and turn it round to show the squirrel who's on the other side, but it just turned when I did it. Oh, and then I just took my phone. That wouldn't work, would it? Where are we? There. I apologise that the squirrel is upside down, but I just wanted to show him as well. It's just that if I switch it, it'll turn the other way. But yeah, that's fantastic. Hi, Sean. Right, let's have a look. Oh, this is Dude. Oh, I look like I'm just getting you on the message there. Look at him. He's cool. So this is Dude. So he's made of resin. I've forgotten what else he said. He's got like a leaf hat. Is it a sunflower leaf hat? Yeah, it's cool. I need to plaster in resin. Yeah, he's cool. Very cool. Are you craft as well, Sean? I think I'm blurred now, Anna. Something else is unavailable. What you were sending me, Sean, is unavailable. I forgot. I wrote something out to send you, Kath, to reply to what you said earlier, and for some reason I haven't pressed send. Well, a half-written message that was. You made the bottle in your profile picture. Oh, wow. That's a bottle. Do you know what? I never really knew what that was, and I've never looked at it closely. I just thought it was a face, but like, in the distance with dreads, like that sounds really bad. Like I thought it was a face in the distance with like black and gold dreads on the head part. But into like looking there, I can see that isn't. It's a bottle. That's cool. Very cool. Guys, you're all a talented bunch, aren't you? Such a talented bunch. I've just sent you a message, Kath, but it was the one I meant to send you earlier. Oh, that's the back of him. There's the back of Dude. Oh, so his head is a sunflower, and then he's got like the leaf. That's really cool. Very cool. It's a JD bottle. Very good. Right, I must shut down my iPad. My iPad trying to cut down on screen time. Nice to see you, Lenny. Good night, chat. Good night, Ashley. I know I keep saying that, and I do nothing but like, yeah, I have so much screen time. It's mental. But then a lot of mine is because I'm interacting like in this way. Also, I'm recording videos as well, and then trying to keep up on everyone else's. So it's like I'm never off this thing. I was gonna go to the poem thing, wasn't I? Quotes. I went to have a go meeting a little fella, but she stole the key. You like to get another one and have a go then? So she can't, and don't let her steal it. Like pretend, get it when she's not there so she doesn't see. Can't remember which one I signed in with. And I don't know which ones I've read yous anymore, so I'm like, I read that one before. I will try. Dodo, I will try. And the last things I wrote were after my parents died. First stage of loss. Lost. Why hasn't the world stopped and consumed with loss? Them are the last ones I wrote. And I wrote one called Phoenix when I was doing. I'd put a shout out a while back, I think, for like words to what's the word? Words to like a trigger word for us to write something by. That's what I did. It was limited edition kitten, so I have to try and see if we can get one. Yeah, it's been time consuming. Oh, thank you, Sean. Right, which one? I wrote this, which is called Victory Cup. Negative thoughts don't make a positive life. You have to keep fighting, keep looking to the sky. You have to keep hoping, keep on moving and believe that the world that you wish for ain't hidden in a dream. You have to want it painfully and need it even more. You have to keep on crawling to every open door. The more that you believe it, the more that you will see that life does have a purpose and the negatives are free. Your mind, it has a power greater than you will achieve. If you don't believe in yourself, then you've fallen on your knees. Get up, start with one step and turn it into two. Constant and consistent will help you battle through. Stop looking for perfection in the things you do and say. You can only travel your path and perfect it on the way. Nothing is ever exactly how it should. Our flaws are never evil, they're just misunderstood. You're human, so our feelings. He's left his telly on in the other room and come out the door, so it's like I can hear it really loud, which probably you can because of this mic as well. I'll probably pick it up even more. So I apologise for stopping. I don't know if you can hear me over or not. Christ, isn't got? He watches these YouTube videos, right? And all the YouTubers, they kind of like shout. It does my head in. I don't even know who they are, but they shout everything they do. It's like annoying. Where was I? Where was I? There, I'll start again from here. Stop looking for perfection in the things you do and say. You can only travel your path and perfect it on the way. Nothing is ever exactly how it should. Our flaws are never evil, they're just misunderstood. We're human, so our feelings are running through our blood. I'm reading this totally wrong. The failures could make it worth it, as just winning never could. Time to lick your wounds again and stand back on your feet, as it's not about the time it takes, it's the goals you need to meet. The winning is all about the fact you got back up, you fought and won the battle to raise your victory cup. It probably wasn't the best thing to read. And with his noise in the background, didn't really help. So there. That's lovely. My late wife was great at poetry. She just rolled them off her head. Yeah, and sometimes do that. I usually do. I think it kind of started with mixing up song lyrics for me. So like I would just make my own up, and then I realized that I could do stuff like that, and then it just you know what I mean. It just went on from there really. Do you remember Stop All the Clocks from Four Weddings and a Funeral, one of the best poems about loss ever written, when the poet says it for all of us? I don't off the top of my head, but maybe because when I watched that before, that didn't really have a reference to me, like in that sense. But obviously, since then, I've lost people really close to me. You know what I mean? I was lucky not to have done that before. Um, the first thing, they were only small what I wrote when my parents first died, but I think it was just something to get it out. So I put first stage of loss. The eerie silence in an echoless the eerie silence is an echoless sound, miserably beaten and starting to pound. A silence distress with a sensation style, shocked disbelief as the mind copes in denial. So that was the first thing I wrote after my parents died. And then I wrote something called Lost, which again is just really short ones, but lost in a numbness that can't be explained, broken in horror while the view is bloodstained, expecting to see expecting to see you or hear you speak out. Now the silence is empty as my dreams are in doubt. So that was that one. And then I wrote one called Why Hasn't the World Stopped? Which was my head hurts as the pain falls like a white rafting canoe. My heart's broken into pieces like a jigsaw no one could do. I really can't begin to understand. I really can't begin to understand it. Still, the loss is driving on through. Why hasn't the world stopped? What's the matter with all of you? So, and then the last one I wrote about it was in February, which is consumed with loss. I can't sleep. When I try, my head fills with images of you, and I'm consumed with angry thoughts of why. I don't think. I can't. My heart is hit with a pain so intense it feels like I've took my last breath as the water drips from my eyes. I miss you. I miss you so much I feel like I'm drowning in this never-ending pool of loss. I love you, yet death is so final that I fear my love may stay lost. So yeah, they're the ones I wrote. It's funny because I remember being in that. I remember writing them, and I remember even saying when I shared them that don't worry, it was just I needed to get it out, kind of thing. And like, but it's weird. Oh, thank you, Mia. Oh, you'd love to do that. Good with words. I never really like thought I was, to be honest, and I got rid of loads of stuff when I was younger. I like been so much, like it was unreal. Like when I think about it now, but I never showed anyone because I always looked at other people's and thought theirs looked really good, um, and mine didn't. You know what I mean? So, um, I didn't, I just didn't do it. Um, so I just like I've got very few back from then, which I do, like I said, I do regret, but there's nothing to do. You can't go back and change it. And it wasn't until I was like about 30, I think, and I first showed my mum something I'd wrote, and mum was like, "That's really good, that's brilliant, that." And then she started showing all her friends, and all that, and I started to think, is it good? You know what I mean? Like, kind of thing. But it is, I think it is just natural that you look at other people's and you don't see your own thing, your own talent or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. It's a strange one. I think have I got trying to think what other one I could do. Your photos and poetry together in a book. Yeah, a couple other people have said that before. but I don't know. I never really thought about it. Which one was it? Let's have a look. I think where are I? Trying to find it. So I wrote one called The Day's Dream, and this was probably the first thing that I actually liked that I wrote. You know what I mean? So as I said, it's called The Day's Dream. As I stare through the rain-stained window, my thoughts wander to a land far away, where the fairies live with the pixies and they love to dance, sing and play. It's the land where the grass is always greener and the sky is the brightest of blue, where the flowers dance with the friendly whispers of the wind as he passes on through, where the trees are umbrellas of protection to all underneath, big or small, and its leaves are autumn's perfection. When they fall, they give comfort to all. Where the sun is a hot burning fire, up high so we're kept nice and warm, where the moon is its torchlight's desire, led to safety it keeps us from harm. As I stare through the rain-stained window, my thoughts wander back from the land far away. As I think of the pleasures I had there, it helps me to get through the day. It's basically just about daydreaming out your window, isn't it? With the raindrops when you're looking out. So yeah. Oh, thank you, May. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Good night. Good night. I hope you sleep well. Yeah, it's one of my probably one of my favorites, just because I think it was one of the first ones that I actually allowed myself to like. Does that make sense? Even I'd wrote loads of stuff before and didn't, you know what I mean, didn't ever share it because I was so like, can't share that. People are gonna be like laughing at us and whatever, you know what I mean? Hi Ella. Oh, thank you, Val. Now good night, May. Sleep well. But yeah, I wrote like I wrote stupid ones, you know, like for the kids and stuff, when they were younger. Like one about underpants. And what else have I done? I did do other ones as well. But yeah, in the most part. A lonely teardrop, the ignorant eye, wheel of life. There's a few. Wheel of life. Look inside, what do you see? A reflection of a used to be. A thing once was, but now unknown, unfelt, unloved. Um, a thing once won, but now unknown, unfelt, unloved, and all alone. A dream before, when it was right, a dream no more, torn from sight. A want, a hope, a fantasy, a part of time, and not meant to be. Look inside your heart and mind for all the things you've yet to find. A truth, a need, a never know, and not right now, and maybe so. Time is precious, life is short, love lives on by past, by thought. In every moment of every day, it's special in its own in its unique way. Don't look too far for what you feel. Just look around. You'll see what's real. As in the end, it starts again. Just roll the dice to play the game. Yeah, I did see underpants. Was it a prophecy? I don't know. I can certainly read it. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. It was God. Can't remember. My kids were young. When was it? Can't remember when I did it. I think my kids were pretty young though. Okay. Underpants, underpants, we wear you on our head. We don't care what we look like, we can't hear what was said. Underpants, underpants, your sizes they do vary, from extra large to medium, and then to just plain scary. Underpants, underpants, you come in different shapes. There's G-strings, thongs or boxers, and red briefs for heroes who wear capes. Underpants, underpants, sometimes you get smelly, as what you've eaten through that day just blow out of what we've eaten through that day just blow out from our belly. Underpants, underpants, I'm off to buy some new. I think I've just ruined these. I accidentally followed through. Yeah. I know, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad. It's so bad. Don't ever think you are not talented, Lenny. You really are. Oh, thank you, Kath. I think it was just like when I was really young, I never, you know what I mean? I never thought it was any good. It just, yeah. But I always think when I'm down, so this poem here is the one when I was down. So I think it always shows a difference. For some reason, I feel like I write much better when I'm in that negative mind for some reason. It's weird. So this is called The Ignorant Eye. Some days I wonder where my life has gone, yet I still have days of endless intent. People say that life is just too short, but for others, it's an immortal axle of torment. Where some can close their eyes and pass by hurting souls in pain, blaming them with their condescending eye, then never looking in their way again. The nameless face of addiction is a lie. If you don't look, then it cannot be true, though truth is not for all to see, nor for the ignorant to pursue. So, yeah, again, done when I wrote when I was feeling a bit low. Same with this one, A Lonely Teardrop. Oh, I'm pleased it made you laugh, Val. Thank you, Dodo. A Lonely Teardrop. Everything is constantly changing, like the hands on the face of a clock. Despite our lack of moving forward, we are never truly stuck in deadlock. Can we really change to move forward, or are we just a product of our own pain? Do we fear letting go our guarding soldier until we're just a lonely teardrop in the rain? Yeah. This was the first one I showed my mum, and this is well, you'll know what it's about when I read it. But it was one of the first ones I showed my mum, and the one of the first, like, that's when my mum kind of was like, you know, and she started showing people it and stuff like that. So this is called Why. Cries of why across the land, devastation caused by a devil's hand. Mothers, daughters, husbands, brothers, from every religion and in all colours. And of all colours, sorry. Innocent lives destroyed in seconds, taken away by your destructive weapons. For you have not a human soul. You could not cause such terror. Taken away the lives of all, for there's no explanation ever. There is no reason why for this, and there will never be. Your crimes against human life, there's just no reason, see. You can't take down humanity. In life and death we're strong. For every time we'll stand again, hand in hand, together, all for one. So I wrote that well, actually 20 years ago, because it was because of 9/11. So yeah, and then a few years later, I think I showed it to my mum. So yeah. Where are we? Tiptoed in reality. So this is called Tiptoed in Reality. Inside the walls of my broken mind, my thoughts now free from hate. Can't honestly take another step. What if it's just too late? I've tiptoed in reality and frozen in its space, flooded with the regret for a life I did not face. I'm scared to think that this is it. I really need much more. I want the life I should have had, the one I couldn't fight for. Can change the things that's in my past, only start a different day, but I'm scared of playing the same old song that still haunts me in some way. So, yeah, it's just, oh, we have a guest now. A guest. Well, maybe we shouldn't call him a guest. Hi.
Was that guest or get?
Yeah, you write
Yeah.
in the bit you want.
Yeah, I'll fill in the blanks. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Hello, Liv.
Hello, how are you? You
I'm
good?
alright. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Good.
It's been a bit of a YouTube night, to be honest. Obviously,
Yeah.
we banished Ben and Chatty Tuesday, and Nick's been live, and
Yeah, well, I didn't realise he was going live tonight, and
Yeah.
I mean, I put me Chatty Tuesday on for 9:30, and then I think it was on Mel's thing this morning or this afternoon. No, it was this afternoon. It was about 2 o'clock, and I'd seen it said the countdown for in 7 hours, and I was like, and it was like I think it was 2:30ish, and I was like, oh, and then obviously I worked it out, and then I realised what time it was, and thought, oh, I'll change it for I'll delay it an hour, so I delayed it for an hour.
Right, okay, with you.
Because normally I just do the thing after, you know what I mean. But I've decided just to start it at 9:30 every time, because I was doing it at 9, but then some people were going over that and some people weren't. And I mean, obviously it didn't run over, but you know what I mean. So
I think the thing with Nick though was that because if you had, I was going to say if you had a normal guest on, I didn't quite mean it like that, but
no, I know it's awkward
because of
in
the time
terms of,
difference and
yeah, I know it's awkward in terms of time difference, but yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Next year's charity event should be a poetry book. Do you know, I know, it's because poetry is such a what's poetry, Ian?
I don't think you'd like my answer to that.
It's such a thing, it's like giving someone your emotion, essentially. It's like,
personal stuff.
Yeah, it's really personal. And I know that I read it out and stuff, but I just don't know, in sort of putting it out there for charity. It's you know what I mean? It's weird. I don't have that personal connection to the photography in the same way. I do in the sense of taking the photos, but it's not you know what I mean? It's not, I haven't just ripped my heart out and put on the page type of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, emotions, feelings, life, yeah. But then I also know that other people connect to those things. It's I suppose writing songs in the same sense, isn't it? Because it's putting that whole, it's that very personal thing onto paper, I guess. So yeah. But thank you, Dodo and Kath. Yeah, you're not exposing your emotions with photographs, yeah. And hello, Sylvia, if I haven't said that already, and I meant to, because I'm not very bright. People might say that, but people might not.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but I was just reading some poetry before you turned up.
All right. I know this won't mean anything to anybody in the chat, but I keep on forgetting to ring. Well, as Earring Jane, but I keep forgetting to get selected.
Yeah.
I either remember first thing in the morning when she doesn't do mornings, in the afternoon about 2 o'clock when she goes for a siesta, or late at night. So, well, yeah. Anyway, such as. Just having a quick look in the chat.
Sharon's coming when she's picked her daughter up.
Do you think she'll be strong enough?
Well, probably.
Not that I'm making any.
I know what you meant. Yeah, it was just like one of them jokes, wasn't it? Get someone telling people to draw illustrations if you don't want to do photos. No, it's not that. It's like I said, it's just putting it out there, and then, I mean, it's cool, but then I know that, like, obviously the people who are like, my friends, as it were, would buy it because it's my friends, isn't it? And the majority of people who come on here are classed as my friends anyway. But I think poetry is like a niche now, isn't it? It's kind of like it's not a thing. Although I know, like, rapping and all of that is like a form of spoken word, isn't it? But kind of
that. Poetry. So it just runs. Poetry is all over Etsy. You can have it printed off. You can have it put on cards. You can have it anything done with it now.
Yeah.
So having your poems put on, canvases and bags and mobile phone cases or that sort of thing. Anyway, sorry. Hello, Mr. Nick.
Hello.
No.
Hooray.
Sorry. My pudding.
Don't come in here eating nice stuff and not bring us any. Oh, bloody Rocky Road.
I brought you one.
Oh, go on, pass it through. Come on. Thank you. That.
Yeah, I can imagine that, Dodo. Kath says, how is life without Depeche Mode?
I missed this debacle.
I didn't even save them, which is really bad, but I kind of just wanted to see your reaction.
What was his reasoning? What's he got?
He said to annoy Nick. That was specifically to annoy Nick. Yeah.
That's not a valid reason.
Because I was expecting him to want to annoy Lex. I was expecting him to try and put her in the banish bin or something. Do you know what I mean?
He's not enough. He's not.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing that's probably what. Although he said it was because he couldn't put her in the celebrity one because she'd only get a big head about him saying she was a celebrity or something. That's what he was saying.
I was going to message him now. My phone died.
Oh.
Technology.
I'll have words.
Yeah. Do that.
I get the funny feeling Nick's going to need an alibi.
Yeah, but it was like, was it Ja Rule or whatever his name was? He put him in and Bass Hunter and then Depeche Mode. But then, I think the people in the chat also wanted to see you get annoyed as well. Like, they didn't want it to upset you because most of them chose it.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate it.
You can always rely on your friends, and
isn't it? Like, yeah.
Friends are the worst for taking.
Yeah. Telling you how it is. Yeah.
Well, maybe the value of my collection will skyrocket now they've vanished off the face of the earth.
Well, yeah. There is that.
I mean, always a positive, looking for a positive.
Always, exactly, yeah. Yeah. If not, it's the worst comes to worst. You know, do a van or floor, I suppose.
Yeah. I had a good chat with Mel. I didn't realise I was clashing with you. Apologies.
Oh, that's all right. I put us back for an hour, and then obviously it was still going, and I just thought, well, I could either delay it again, or I'll just come on and talk to myself, because there was like me and 4 people or something, so it was fine.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd struggled to think who am I going to clash with and stuff. It's so busy these
I
days.
know, you never remember.
But yeah, we could have talked for hours. We did an hour and a half,
Mm.
and we barely scratched the surface of the questions we were getting in. So it's good.
That's very good. I was watching at first.
I'll tell you
Oh,
something,
Sylvia.
Lainey, I made it nice and easy for him and gave a nice vinyl question to end on, and they completely fluffed that up.
Really?
Jeez.
I've got the vinyl albums I want.
I was waiting for you to say, well, I choose this. And I wasn't sure whether Mel would choose one, to be fair, but I thought, oh, yeah, you and Andrea will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Sylvia. That's awful. Someone nicked her camera when she changed trains, so she's lost most of her holiday pictures.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's gutting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really gutting. Because not only like your camera, isn't it, and then but also like that memories from that holiday that you've just took.
Mind you, the amount of people that I know that have lost photos through phones going wrong or being stolen, or they've dropped it down a toilet. Sorry, Sharon. Or something's happened with it and they've lost picture. And I do it myself. You take pictures and I'll save that and I got it. You never do. It's just when I am in it. But can I just recommend to anybody that throwing your phone down the toilet isn't the way to go? I know I've done it. In Sharon's defence,
I've never done it, so I don't have that one.
Samsung Galaxy S9.
Kath didn't vote for Depeche Mode, just so you know.
Thank you, Kath. I can rely on Kath.
And Sean said, I couldn't believe he chose them because he plays Depeche Mode most days.
Same. Speaking of which, I was going to try and do a video for that channel tonight. Catch up on some goodies I've bought.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little parcel over there that I spent over £100 on. I need to unpack.
Yep. I remember that you talked about that.
Yeah.
I did some videos earlier on for the other channel. And then so someone asked us to, well, it was Jasmine. I don't know if Jasmine's in, but she asked me, I don't know who it was, the name of the person, but when I've gone to look for it, the thing is 18 minutes long. And there's no shorter version, so
it's gonna be a long video then.
Yeah. So it might take me a while.
Yeah, that one from today. She had a nice voice, but I think she was just trying to be too fancy with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was it Yeba?
Yeba.
Yeah.
Actually, I released 2. Was it?
I'm not watching it.
Why, but I released 2. I put the Yeba one out, and then I put the Billy Idol one out. I really enjoyed the Billy Idol. I don't know if you've heard his new stuff, Nick.
No, that I will go and watch that, and that'll be my first. We saw him live a couple of years ago, didn't we? That was a great gig. Yeah, I'll be interested.
So that was suggested by Michelle Latham. She also suggested the Yabba thing, and I really did like her voice. I just found the whole sort of.
Did you call her Yabba then?
Is it Yabba?
Is it Yabba? I thought it was Yabba.
Yabba.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba doo. Yabba. But it's Abby, isn't it? Backwards.
Yabba the Hutt, isn't it? Or something.
Yeah.
Abby backwards.
Abby backwards. That's apparently what it is.
Oh.
That's what I got told. someone said.
Oh, it is.
Mm.
Okay.
So her name is, Val said, early 90s, I met 2 London women on holiday in Greece. After we got home, they told me they'd spent the whole 2 weeks with no film in their camera. Even I have never been that daft. Oh, bless them. So they were taking pictures of nothing because they didn't have any camera filming.
Oh.
Yeah, just a bit. I have to check back tomorrow to see if it's been handed in, but it was a big Canon in a camera bag. Disappeared while I was retrieving my case. They are checking CCTV, see if they can see anything. Well, you would think so, because if you're in a train station, and they've got to have loads of CCTV in there, surely. And I mean, Newcastle's train station is quite big, so I would have thought there'd be quite a few cameras. Yeah. Kath says, when my dad died, my brother-in-law offered to check all his SD cards for pictures of dad. He forgot the instructions and formatted them all. Oh no.
Whoops.
Oh, that's awful. Dad was a photographer. Yeah.
Ellen's just sent off to film canisters like the traditional 35
Yeah,
mil.
yeah.
She was taking them on her Pentax on holiday, so that'll be interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a funny one. I feel all weird, with this.
What?
When I first came on, right?
Ooh.
I know it's for a fancy, innit? When I first came on, I was hello and welcome to Laney FM. And now for the golden hour. I just felt like a radio DJ. It was kind of weird.
Was that much better? Did that
Oh
work?
yeah. I think it's much better. I've obviously listened back, and I do think you can tell the difference.
Has it got like a cardioid kind of setting where it's just right in front of it?
Yeah. I think you said it's kind of like a heart rate or something.
Yeah, cardioid mic, which is what we've got a cardioid setting on here, so it only picks up that shape in front of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, and then this filtery thing, and plus it's shaky proof because I'm often knocking this table, as you can see. So shaky proof, yeah. So that's good. Yeah, Lainey's professional. I don't know. I mixed up seeing. I went on Neil's live last night, and I forgot what I was meant to say, microphone, and I said microwave. I always get like, oh, this microwave, and then I was like, microphone. You know what I mean? Honestly. You've got what I took on my phone, but there are loads of nice ones on my SD cards, I bet. Yeah, I would be gutted if that happened to me, Sylvia, so I can understand.
I've had a fairly frustrating day all round. I don't know if I shared with you guys yet, but I've got a 10-page document here from the Intellectual Property Office about the trademark for the app.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not good news. So I'm ringing them tomorrow to rant. And then we've delayed at least a week on getting version 1 out because we want to get all of the maps hooked up to all the buttons. So at least the map functionality, some of that can be tested. So that's pushed things back because So yeah, it's just, when it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and 3 back.
I suppose if you go back to a few weeks ago and it seemed like it was steaming ahead and they'd getting this far in within a few weeks, and I suppose it was always going to hit teething issues, but I can imagine it being really frustrating.
It's a bit, but we're hoping to get the Android one out for testing, and it won't be completely ready, but we can test certain functions.
Yeah, but
hopefully next week. Yeah,
but it's getting something tested, isn't it? And then once that's fixed and sorted, you can then move on to another part or whatever.
Yeah.
So Sean says, I think printing of photos will come back round. Yeah, probably. I think it did a bit with like machines where you put your phone card in or whatever, and then it photos instantly. That was a thing for a little while, wasn't it?
When I eventually get moved, there's pictures that are in your collection that I'll be sort of tapping you up for asking whether I can do a canvas out of them. Certainly one of some of the sunset ones you've done recently. I quite like in canvas, and some of the other ones as well. I think probably the bee is probably a good one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know if any of them you want.
Yeah. Well, I like the ones anyway. But
Sharon asked me the same thing.
Mm.
She said when she gets the bedroom done, she wants a couple of photos. One of them she definitely said was the sunset with the street lights.
Right. Yeah.
You know which one I mean? Yeah, she wants that, and then I think she said something else, but yeah.
So is it about 6 weeks till the Halloween thing now?
Something like that. 6-7 weeks, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
I was talking to someone about it. I nearly gave something away there. Oh, it's terrible. But I was talking to someone about it.
You talked to someone about it. Yeah. Don't worry, it's all as clear as mud.
Yeah, that was it. Hi, Neil.
So now that you've got the new microphone, will you be singing for us in the Halloween thing? I
don't think so. Unless I'm drunk and you just, get it because
Actually, well, you mentioned that. I actually found that a little bit amusing. You know, when you're not in a nasty way, but when you're doing your review channel, and you can see you sat there sometimes, and you kind of like you wanting to sort of properly dance to it, or you sort of.
No, I think I will eventually. I think it'll just come on naturally, like as I get more used to doing it. I actually did a review of it was a try not to laugh. You know these try not to laugh challenges, right? And it was a TikTok one, right? And so I was trying not to laugh, and I was like, in the beginning I always get like, oh, me trying to not laugh, and then like, I'll be any good at this and blah blah blah. And I was like, laughing before I even started. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Going to sleep now? Oh, yeah. So I was laughing before I even started. Leave that on for us. Well, I know what I want it on because I've just put my thing in. Just put the white one on. Good. Can I? So, yeah. So I was laughing before I even started, which was like, and then, but then, I wasn't finding some of the things that were supposed to be hilariously funny at all. Like one of them was just a cute dog, so I was like, like that's not really funny. And then one of them was which I thought was actually a bit weird, like and a bit sick, which was like there was this couple who were in the front of their car and it said like faking that like he was faking that he'd slapped his wife, like so he did like the slap noise in his hand, and then she went like that, and he was pretending to scream at her, right? And then her sister, who was on the phone in the background, like literally jumped out the back and started punching him into him, and I was like, where did they find that that's supposed to be funny? Because I don't think that's funny. I think it's a bit you know what I mean? It was really weird.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah,
the line a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I kind of thought this was meant to be funny, but I thought I'll do some like feels, like when people fall off things and stuff like that. I'm gonna do some of them, and like I just thought it'd be like a different side of it, so that because I want it to be like I want it to vary. So I figured if I because I was going to concentrate on them in like sort of groups. So do music all at first, and then do this all at first and then do that all at first. Whereas I think it's probably better just to mix them all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's good to experiment a lot in the beginning, because you might find that you particularly enjoy certain ones and you can follow that thread sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, might be that some work really well and others don't, and you can learn that quick sort of.
Well, it's kind of weird because you're doing songs that like you don't know whatsoever. And I mean, I like the songs that I've done. So Ian suggested one, and I've done that, and didn't know that one. Didn't even know how to pronounce his surname. So that was like fun and games, because you know me and my brain, who likes to pronounce things as I read it. So it was like well, I can say who it is, Connor. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, matters.
So I'm assuming it's Luke Combs, but I was saying Luke Combs at first because that's how it reads. So for me, that's like a real struggle. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Mel. I don't know if you want to pop in, Mel, but I'll put the link in. Right, I put the link in there. Yeah, exactly, Sylvia. When did domestic violence become humour? It wasn't funny. It was weird.
Yeah, like I said, that does cross the line, really.
Yeah.
And also putting somebody in that position where they think somebody's being punched in the face. It's not funny, is it? That's causing them real stress. And
I hope they got some stick for it, but then to put it in this sort of thing to make it seem like it was funny when it wasn't was just really weird.
Have you ever seen the clips where they've got this little Jack Russell dog and they put him in a spider suit? So it's like he goes in it and then he's got 8 legs and he runs around, and because he's so low to the ground, it just looks like a massive spider.
Oh, and I think I've seen that. It's
amazing. They set it up in like a dark kind of underpass under a road, so people are walking through, and then they just set the dog going down. It looks like a 3-foot wide spider. Crazy. See, that I think is funny, because
and then there was another one where there was in that same thing, there was a man and he was holding on to a dog, a little Chihuahua type. And it was like, I can't wait to come home and just pat my dog. And then he went to stroke the dog, and the dog was just going for him. And he was just keep talking while he was doing it. And I was like, this is weird. David, will you get us me purple blanket, please? What? The purple blanket from that bedroom. I know, but it's free. My feet are freezing. I don't know why.
I've been a bit cold.
I should drop.
I've been a bit cold tonight. It's not like me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice here tomorrow and Friday. Well, 20, so that's kind of nice for it now.
Well, we had.
I think it's in there somewhere.
I shared it in a group earlier. We got a news article about the thunderstorms and floods and all the rest of it they're going to get. And I think I commented to the effect of this is the heat wave we're getting.
That
looks nice.
The rain was really heavy here. We went off and did a bit of charity shopping, and there was so much standing water on roads.
I don't blame you for going charity shopping. I mean, you need a bit of stock. Let's face it, you've hardly got anything.
Running low. Empty shelves, look.
Yeah. You miss it though, don't you? As much as you've got, you miss it, don't you? And I don't mean just you. I mean, I think a lot of people just miss the going out there, and it's all very well being on these sourcing bands and all the rest of it, but you sometimes just like to. I think mentally it's good as well, just to get out there again and just find bits. You don't have to buy.
Yeah, and remind yourself that it's okay. There is plenty of stuff out there, because we bought a fair bit of stuff. We weren't really trying, but we did. It's nice, and like going back to the boot sales once or twice, as we have done. You just remind yourself it's okay. There's so much gear out there.
Yeah,
no need to worry. Speaking of which, I won't stop too long, because I wanted to actually listen things tonight. It would be good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's already midnight, so I don't want to be get late. So, yeah. Sharon's not going to join us. She's just got back. She was picking her daughter up, and then she was going to come on. She says, "I'm just going to be in the. I assume in the chat because she said I'll be in the cheap seats throwing peanuts." And I went, "Don't hit me." She said, "Well, she throws like a girl, so there's no promises." But yeah, it's been interesting, like doing the other thing. I mean, I think I was 7 away from 100 now subscribers.
Oh, already.
I noticed that.
Yeah, and I've crashed over the 1,000 views mark. And I've got quite a few more requests. Johnny Cash is hurt, which I don't think I know. I've heard loads of people mention it, but I don't think I know.
It's a good one. Well, in my opinion, you might not like it, but
yeah, because I remember
a heavy song. It's a heavy, emotional.
That's what someone said, but then Chris Cooking Hayden's, he gave us a song which I didn't know. I mean, I know the band Johnny Hates Jazz, but it was a song I didn't know, and I given by the image because there wasn't a video. It looked more recent, and I actually got a bit upset because of the lyrics in it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
So they're still going then? Is it new?
Well, I'm assuming. I don't know when it was off, but they looked older in it. You know, because he did have short hair back then, like, you know, sort of shaved with a bit of like.
Yeah, he had a bit of a quickie thing going on.
Yeah,
and
in this thing, he looked like he had curns. To be honest, in the still shot of it. I'll just have to do the song earlier, Kath. Will it be chocolate coat? I hope so. Sharon says she's all out of peanuts, so she's got some hard-boiled eggs instead. She's nicer. Should we chuck on hard-boiled eggs off us?
Oh, I love a hard-boiled egg. Throw them my way.
Not too physically, if possible. You know, just injure him. You know.
Lily, have you heard "Disturbed Sound of Silence" with Miles Kennedy? I haven't. Oh, you have though.
Yeah. Well,
I can add it to my list, Dodo.
Do you know The Sound of Silence, the original? Simon Garfunkel.
Sound of Silence. Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, it's a cover of that.
But it's Disturbed.
Disturbed is the band.
Oh, right. So who's Miles Kennedy then?
He's a singer.
So it's like featuring Disturbed featuring.
I guess so. I'm not sure the arrangement, how it went. Yeah, I was just thinking, I've just had a cracking sale. Well, it came in earlier and now they've paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I've seen it for ages. I'll show you it if I can find it.
That's not good. I look really pale on here. It's just this light.
Found it. We picked this up for free. It was at Jumble Trail and everything was free on the store. So Shop Hard fine leather purse.
Oh.
And I just had an offer, earlier had an offer of £90. And it was given all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really? That's mental.
Crazy.
All right, I'll add it to my list, Dodo, because I've got it here, and if I don't do it now. Oh, another thing I've just seen there. Speaking to Sharon, who's in the chat, but I'll let you watch the full videos when they come out. But the Maria McKee stuff blew, like, I was gobsmacked because I did not expect that. And that was a bit mental.
Is it solo stuff you've done or with her band?
I don't know. She just said, drinking in my Sunday dress and Panic Beach. So I know Maria McKee for Show Me Heaven. So, like, I was thinking along those lines. And these are, like, completely nothing like that. And I was not expecting that. at all.
Is it more country twang?
Yeah, it's more country, huh?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought you might. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much of her earlier stuff. I do know more of her pop stuff, to be honest. But yeah, I
She
love
doesn't
her.
even like. She doesn't look. It doesn't look like. I was looking at the picture of her while I was watching it, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like this comes from this person. It just didn't. It just sounded a bit weird. But yeah, it was very different. Right, wait a minute. What am I writing? Disturbed sound.
It's like a proper radio setup, isn't it? Sending requests in and fancy microphones and.
Good night, Val.
Disturbed sound of silence. Miles Kennedy was that. Okay, I wrote that down.
You never fancied doing like a volunteering at a radio like a hospital radio station or something, Nick, or being involved in something like that?
Never thought about it.
Yeah.
Because you can do. I mean, obviously, they don't just let anybody on, but you can like book slots. I think like half an hour, and then obviously if you're good, they give you more or whatever. But yeah,
I'm sure it's something I would enjoy because I can talk about music and listen to music endlessly. So yeah,
just a thought.
Do you mean the UB41, Sharon? Because yes, I have.
Oh God!
I won't give any spoilers.
Not more bloody UB40. And they did 3 songs. I
prefer WD-40 much better.
Yeah, sounds better, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know how you play that like, but yes,
less squeaky.
You get the WD-40 and spray it on the UB40. It stops the noise, apparently.
Bug off, Stig.
Yeah, I'm sensing a telepathic message.
Nick's only upset because of Depeche Mode issues earlier, Sharon. And Ian just likes to whinge. Where's this dog doing? Jasper, come here. It looks like Nick is looking up Stig's skirt. Stig has a skirt.
I was just going to say, is that a Stig on the shelf? I've only just noticed that. Is that a Stig on the shelf? I got my wrong glasses.
Like a logo, a logo stick. Logo stick. A Lego stick. That's what I'm trying to say. One of them.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Stig has no taste in music.
Says you listen to UB40.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
All right. Yeah. Okay, the old fan moves.
Oh, just us.
Just us. Let's have a party.
I feel like I'm on my own because I can't see you.
Oh, believe me, you don't want to. It's better this way.
Is it better?
It's nearly Halloween. It's nearly Halloween.
Are you sat there naked with your big white helmet on again?
I beg your pardon. No. Fully clothed. It's too cold for that, apart from anything else. I'm genuinely a bit, not cold, but chilly tonight,
Yeah, it's not warm here anymore. It has chilled. Wondering if I've got anything interesting I can show you. Picked up some drip trays. I think I did show them the other night. I'm not sure if I'll do well on these, but I couldn't leave them behind. Never heard of these people.
Maltsmiths.
Oh.
Because you're not heard of them, they might be a little bit, I won't go as far as rare, but,
Could be unusual. It's a bit of a skinny one, that.
Mm.
They're normally this sort of like the old.
Yeah.
They used to have just the mats, didn't they? Like the
Yeah.
towels.
Towels,
Yeah. Everything's plastic these days. This one should sell itself because it's the old Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Do you drink Guinness?
I have been known to. See,
I can't stomach it.
Really? Really?
No, I don't like it.
Oh.
It's too heavy.
I do like a Murphy's as well. A Murphy's is a bit lighter. In fact, when I used to play snooker, 2 or 3 of us used to go and play snooker, and we used to have Murphy's and black currant. That's actually quite a nice drink. Yeah, and it made me play snooker a bit better. To be honest, I had 2 or 3 of them. So they build the help I can get. Let me tell you.
The rest of Prava.
Oh,
I think I've had that Czech stuff, is it?
Yes, even so.
Yeah, something a little bit different.
Were they car boot or a charity shop? Or?
They were at the weekend at a jumble trail from a pub. Pub had a stall outside it, and they were selling fixtures and fittings. It seemed like boxes and boxes of branded beer glasses, which there would have been money in, but I just didn't have the inclination to do. I've done that before, sold like branded beer glasses, but it's a lot of faff, and I'd only did in local collection because do you fancy shipping 12 glasses?
No.
So
going back to saying about the dragon, sending it without the tail. I sold 2 teapots, and professionally, I sent the wrong lid with the wrong teapot on each. The opposing lid for the opposing teapot. Yeah.
Weren't they on the right teapots on the shelf?
No, because I'd taken them off to pack them. So you pack the base first, then you pack the lid, don't you? So when they're all in bubble wrap, I thought that one was whatever it was, and put that lid with that one and packed them. And
you learned from that. Do 1 teapot at a time, folks.
Yes, yeah. Get myself all excited doing 2 teapots.
Oh, she's back. Shh.
You weren't doing anything. I was listening.
Oh,
I know.
She's always listening.
Always listening.
Always listening.
Hi, Frankie. Yeah, I mean, Ian was just saying he was clever.
Hardly.
Yeah.
You said it was whoa.
Mr. I left the tail off the dragon.
I've never claimed I'm clever. When have I ever claimed that one?
Exactly. Yeah, never.
That's true.
To be fair, I would agree with him. But what? Sorry?
Yeah.
My mum used to say, if you had half a brain between, you'd be dangerous. That's what she'd say about me and my friend.
I fell out of the plonker tree and hit all the branches on the way down. I did.
I'm not arguing that one for you.
Yeah, don't stick up for me, will you two? No.
Was that a rhetorical statement? Should I get involved or
no?
No. To me, just no, don't.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Don't.
Yeah. That's a way to influence people. Yeah. So, what are you up to tomorrow, guys?
Meet my sister and brother for no, it's Wednesday tomorrow, isn't it?
It is all day.
You
just reminded me of something actually. Yeah, go on. I'm listening.
I've got the doctor coming tomorrow, so that will be happening.
All right.
That's fun. No.
Oh, to look at the ongoing problem you had for a while.
Yeah, with my legs.
One. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. He was asking me loads of questions, and I was like, "Well, there's this thing, this kind of what you're describing. It sounds like this thing that like you can get, but it usually affects your hands and feet." And he went, "You've got none on your hands and feet?" And I was like, "No, it's not." Even though I was on the phone and he couldn't see. Anyway, but yeah, he's coming tomorrow at dinner time, so have a look. So
it was the plonker tree, Sharon. That's the one I fell out of.
Plonker. It's the same as the idiot tree, the Wally tree, the numpty tree. They're all in the same.
All right.
No, I'm just saying they're all in the same thing. I'm not saying you fell out of all of them.
Pick any of these words they apply to Nick is what Lainey's saying. Yeah.
You know what? Last night me and Sharon were on Neil's channel, right? And he didn't do his usual now thing, right? He hadn't had time to prepare, and he didn't want to cancel again, because he said, I don't want to just be known for that. But he's moving house possibly between the 18th and the 21st, so they're not really sure what's happening. So he said, like what he decided to do was like, because he hadn't had time to prep for the now thing, he decided I'm going to pack my CD collection away, and whilst I do, we'll go through it and review it. So that's what we did, right? So me and Sharon went live with him, and we were just taking the piss as you do, because he had hearsay. I mean, he had hearsay. Let's just say it. Not just the single, the album. He had hearsay, the album. He had guitar. He had learned how to play the guitar thing. CD didn't have a guitar though, right? So we were taking the mix. Saying, why have you got that if you don't have a guitar? And then he had, and then he was trying to blame his wife. It's like, this is Kay's fault, not my fault, kind of thing. That she really likes these, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course she does. It's you. He had a karaoke. Yeah, exactly. He had a karaoke CD. Didn't have a karaoke player. You know what I mean? So we were taking the mic, and he's a closet boy band lover. We decided because he had Boyzone and Westlife and Take That and
oh, Neil.
Yeah, he had all the boy bands. So we weren't taking the mic, and then so we were saying no, get rid of that one. So then I said before we left, he had to go around to all his neighbours and post a CD through the door, because people in the chat were going, not even charity shops will take that rubbish what you've got, you know what I mean? So I said, you need to go around your neighbours before you leave, post one through the door, and then just put random notes in each one, number 4 reminds me of you, and just post it through the door. And I just thought this would be a hilarious game that everyone could play.
Yeah, I listened to track 3 and thought of you.
Yeah, stuff like that, right? It would just be so funny. So I think you should do the same before you leave there with all the CDs that you've got that you don't thingy. You can do the same.
I thought I'd got a lot of media. I've got loads of crap to get rid of.
Yeah,
what you mean the day you move out, you just give one to everyone and run? Yeah,
but you just put a weird note in.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It'd just be funny though.
But you'd never know what happens. You'd never get any feedback.
It'd still be funny. Sharon was it was a genius idea. And I was like, I know. Wow. But yeah, it would be funny somehow. It would be good if you did know what happened though, wouldn't you? Because you could just imagine people picking them up off the mat and get and then open them up and then see this note that said, number 4 reminds me of you, and then it's get something you're an asshole or something like that. I don't know if there's a song called that, but there probably is somewhere.
I tell you, you could kind of twist it. I could put a Boyzone album through my sister Jo's house with a note saying, "Hi Jo's, listening to track number 7 and thought of you," and just sign it ? And put it through her door and see what she says. I could text her next day, "Hi Joe, what's been going on?" And she'll be like, "You wouldn't believe this, Nick." Yeah,
this weird thing happened.
I'd happily mess with my sisters. That would be
fun. But could do it we could do it on Valentine's, right? To loads and loads of people. That would be mean. Is that mean? Actually, that might be mean.
It might want to married people like my sisters.
I think I might be mean. Yeah, you could help write the notes, Sharon. See, but the chat would probably be eviler. Hi, Mel. I'll put the link back in for you. I know you were getting your breakfast, so especially if it was learn guitar, if it was learn guitar CD track 3 strumming. Can you imagine if like you need like if the note was just like you need to learn to play and then like track number whatever.
Yeah, it's so much more kind of sinister and fun if you say like if you know their name. Hi, Joe.
Yeah.
Thinking of you.
You probably would with a lot of your neighbours and stuff as well. You probably would.
Yeah, we do.
Mm.
It just feels bizarre to think of them.
It's just funny though. Or you could use it to like, if you really didn't like them, this is what you were like, and then it's like you're so vain or something. Or like, some I don't know, I'm trying to think of other weird songs. It's just not coming into my head.
We were clearing the house out before we went, and I saw this and thought of you, particularly track 47.
I'm not moving on. Do I want to move on the stuff from me? I'm getting looked at down here from a dog. It's like, let me on your bed. Only because I've got the comfy cover, isn't it? That's all you want. You're like, oh, she's got a comfy cover now. Yeah?
So yeah, Mel's getting a new dog. Ooh.
Are you, Mel? Ooh, what kind?
Andrew was telling me German Shepherd.
Oh, that's a big dog.
Or maybe
I was thinking because she's got like it's a Pom, isn't it? Pomeranian puppy. Yeah, because she's got her, that it would be a similar size dog.
That's what I've got in my head.
Speaking of Mel, you can tell us. Puppy. I can hear myself. Because she's got her.
Have you got it playing, Mel?
Yep. Sorry.
These YouTube amateurs, absolute amateurs.
She's a pro.
Novice.
We're just wondering what kind of dog you're getting.
Border Collie.
Border Collie.
I said German Shepherd. I got it wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah,
a
bit like Molly is a Border Collie, isn't she? She's a short-coated Border Collie.
Ah, right.
But you can get long. Are you getting long coat? Or you what?
I'm hoping it's not too hypo.
Are you getting a long coat or short coat?
No, long coat.
Long coat.
Yep. I'll be covered in hair. I'm not.
I'm
going to cope okay.
Chris.
Jasper.
He's going to look. He's going to look out the door or in the window now because he's just seeing who's that, and he's gone.
I'm starving. I've been up since sparrow fart.
Sparrow fart? Is that what the sound is on a morning? Sparrow fart.
Well, she blames the sparrows. I'm not so sure it is.
Don't you call it sparrow fart?
Yeah,
No.
I've not heard that. I think you said that to me on Messenger, but I knew what you meant, but I'd never heard it before.
Because, the sparrows are up early, tweeting, tweeting along. Yeah. So when you get up early, you say, I'm up. Got to get up as early as sparrows fart.
I usually just say it's daft o'clock. It's daft o'clock in the morning. That's like, if I get up early or whatever, I got up and it's daft o'clock in the morning. Not really sparrow fart, but then I would say sparrow and all. Sparrow. Sparrow.
Well, we were briefly talking about getting free stock when we were chatting earlier, Mel.
Yeah.
Had a good sale that's now been paid for. Picked up this leather purse from a free store, and it's just sold for £90.
Wow.
Crazy.
£90. That's huge.
Had it on at 200. And I was going to take any decent offer.
I love free stock.
Mad, isn't it?
You can't there's nothing better, is there, than free stock? That lady who asked me about the free stock, I'm thinking half my stock comes from being free.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
The way to do it.
Border collars are maniacs, somebody said.
Yeah, they are very high. They're very active, aren't they? And quite highly intelligent, so they need that little bit extra. But I think you've got quite a busy family though as well, and I think it would be fine.
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll be all right.
It's
so funny because I've joined like the Border Collie Facebook groups so I can learn about them, and some people say there's a really like hypo, and other people seem to have really relaxed ones that are, you know, totally fine. So I'm hoping I get the relaxed one.
Yeah. I mean, Molly doesn't seem like majorly hypo, does she? I mean, I know she'll sit and stare at a fence for like 3 hours because she thinks she saw something, but that doesn't really count as really hypo.
Yeah.
I know that I was watching Carla's vlog or something, and she said Molly has sat there for the past 3 hours because she thought she saw something, and she's still waiting for whatever she thought she saw to come and play with her, type of thing. Bless her.
I'll go for a walk every morning. I've been walking every morning, so hopefully I'll just take it for a good walk. Ooh.
But the Border Collies are classed as sheepdogs here, aren't they? Because it's what is it? Are they used over there as well, Mel?
Yeah, they're
like,
herding. Yeah.
Herders, yeah.
I've got an echo. Hold on.
Sharon says that we don't have up as early as seagull, up as early as sparrow fart. It's up as early as seagull riot here.
Oh, it was like that.
Seagull riot.
It was like that in Cornwall.
Yeah, on the
So
coast,
loud.
isn't it?
Yeah. But you forget how loud the damn things are.
Well, I live between the river and the sea, so like, you know what I mean? It's kind of quite a lot. But you just get used to them. The swoop at the dog though, and Jasper Gann's mad. He tries to jump up and catch them, like he's ever gonna jump up and catch one. But yeah. Frankie said, love my Border Collie, but they need room to run and they herd everything, even children. They can bite or nip when they do, so watch out for that.
We've got a pretty big yard here, and we've also got an oval directly across the road from our house. So I think the plan is I'll walk it in the mornings, and then when the kids are home from after school, they'll take it across to the oval and throw the ball and the frisbee, and
try and burn
it's got a big yard, so hopefully it'll be all right.
Do you remember Trip Hazard on Britain's Got Talent? That's my friend's dog. She had a range of dogs. The Borders are the cleverest. I vaguely think so, but I'd have to relook. Dodo says, thanks, Lily, and chats. Tis night, night. Good night, Dodo.
All right. I think I'm going to have to make a move anyway. Get a little bit of work done today. It's been all lots of faffing and lots of red tape today. Really enjoyed the chat though earlier. Thanks again, Mel.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a joy. It was a pleasure.
It was nice to do a casual chat where we just talk about anything.
Yeah,
that worked really well.
Think of a topic.
We'll always end up going off topic anyway because the chat asks questions that aren't on topic. So whenever you do have a topic, you go off it anyway. So yeah, it was good to not have one. And
yeah, it's fun. All right, well, take care of yourselves. I'm going to dash.
And you, mate.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah.
They do well with mental exercise too. As usually very clever, though ours was thick as butt. Thick as butt? Well, that's a different way of putting it.
Yeah. Polite version, I think.
Yeah. We've done a few, like, there was this challenge that went about where, like, you to see if your dogs were clever or whatever. So it was like one of the things was like chuck like a tea towel or something over its head and see how long it takes to get out of it. And like, because some dogs just stand there like, okay, this is just happening, I'll just leave it there. Whereas like Jasper was like, no, this is not being on my head. So he like straight away moved it. And then you show them, hide it in a, like you show them a treat, you hide it in a room that they can see. You take them out the room for 5 minutes and you come back, and if they remember where it was that you hid that treat, then that means like they're supposedly more clever or whatever. So we did that to Jasper and he straight away found it. and then we were hiding things under like cups, and then he had to guess which one it was under, like, and remember. And it was quite good, but it was good fun to do.
I'm thinking I'm going to try and make my dog YouTube famous. I'm going to make a little dog channel and see how I go, starting from scratch with a fresh kind of, with all the stuff that I've learned about YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can make a channel with the cute dog and see how I can make it go. I might have to use it then.
I quite like them, the voiceover things where they pretend to know, like, they talk like what the dog's thinking. And some of them, and I think there's a border collie one, and I think he's called Casper.
Yeah.
And his owner talks over, and he's like, it'll be like, what have you done to that? I don't know. It just happened. You know what I mean? And he's just like voicing over. It just exploded, Dad. That's what he says. And he's like, how can it just explode? It just exploded. Or like he'll blame, he's like, it was my brother's fault, and blames the other dog and things like that. And I do really enjoy those kinds of things. But
yeah. There's a funny one that I watched. They've got two dogs, and it's like they're talking to each other, and one's always like the main one, and the other one's not very impressed with the other one. And there's some really funny channels, but some of those dog channels, they have got the most massive views. So I kind of thought maybe it'll just, I don't know, I can kind of experiment on that channel without any pressure and see if I can learn a few things from my own channel.
Yeah. I mean, Jasper actually, he takes lovely photographs. Like he is really photogenic, but he does not like the whole, he doesn't want to be, faffed about. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He's really like sort of thingy, but he has like resting bitch face to a T. That dog, like he does. He's absolutely lovely, but yeah.
What I would call your Morrissey face.
Yeah, that exact face.
Yeah.
Like, I'll show you. I'll put it on.
No, he's cute. What is he? What type of dog is it, Jasper?
He's a lurcher. He's mostly Saluki, but you know what I mean?
A lurcher?
Yeah, a lurcher. It's like, have you heard of sighthounds?
No.
So, greyhounds.
Oh yeah, I've heard of a greyhound.
Well, it's kind of similar. So like he's skinny like that, but he's got he's rough coated, so he's got long fur, and he's got long. Well, we call them his bunches, but his ears just look like bunches, kind of thing. And he's absolutely lovely. But we got him, and he'd been kept in a shed. He didn't have the best start, bless him. He was 12 weeks though when we got him. He was kept in a shed. He didn't have any social skills whatsoever. He actually had food aggression at 12 weeks. He was absolutely he didn't know what the carpet was, so he was kind of like, and he was trying to stand off it but couldn't stand off it because you know what I mean. It was, bless him, he wasn't
in a good place.
No, he wasn't treated very well at first. Yeah, and oh yeah, he's as soft as clay. He makes me laugh like every day for whatever reason. It's just something always makes me laugh. I'm gonna cough, I think. I need to choke. Yeah.
I better.
Probably not, but yeah. Chewing swing just tickles your throat. I keep getting that now and then. It's just annoying.
So have you got all the fence sorted, Mel, ready for stopping dogs getting out? And
that's Aaron's just ordered, because the fence here isn't, well, the fence is okay around the sides of the house because it's like that's a much newer fence, but the front fence isn't very good. So Aaron's just ordered some new wood paneling. So he's that's his next job. He's got like a million jobs in this house, but as I said to him the other day, kind of need to do the fence before like there is a fence there. It's just not very good. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
he'll redo the front fence anyway before we get the puppy. I'm not risking paying all that money for a puppy and it getting out.
Yeah. No, that's not good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be good.
No.
But how old is it? A her or a he or a her? A he or a her?
It's a he. I wanted a she, but there's no she's. So they're all boy puppies. So we're getting, it's a really, really good breeder. So I kind of was like, well, they're really hard to come by. So if I try and wait for a girl, I could be waiting for like ages. And the kids are getting, like, my youngest daughter, because Maisie's nearly 12. So the other kids are all that like little bit older. You know, like Fletcher's almost 17, Rolly's 19, Kayla's nearly 21 and out of home. So Maisie's still in that, she's still a kid, but she's not really into playing toys anymore. And the big kids don't really want to play with her board games or, you know, like, she's the one who's like really like, I want a dog to play fetch with and throw the ball to. And I think it'll be really good for her.
How do you think Poppy will be?
I think Poppy will be all right. We used to have a golden retriever, like it died a couple of years ago, but Poppy and the golden retriever were like the best of friends. Yeah. But Poppy's like, she's old. Poppy's probably 14, nearly 15.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really play much. You can't really take her for long walks because her little Pomeranian, her legs are so arthritic, like she can't walk far. In fact, she hasn't been eating very well the last few days. I think I'm going to ring up and book her into the vet for tomorrow. I'm a little bit like, she's getting groomed today, but the dog groomer's coming about 2:00. So she's starting to, she does like a shed about once a year. She starts to do a big shed. So twice a year. So she's starting to, because it's getting warmer now, she's starting to shed. But so we've got the mobile dog groomer coming to the house because everything else is shut with lockdown.
Yeah.
So that'll be cute. She'll be all fluffed up. She'll smell good.
I always wanted a pom. Like a few years ago, I really wanted a pom. And I mean, well, be more than a few years ago because Jasper's 7. And then it was weird because I just seen Jasper's face and I was like, I just, you know, when you just can't stop thinking. And I seen his face and I was like, I can't stop thinking about him. And like showed my daughter, because we'd been talking about having a dog. I showed my daughter and she was like, well, just you know, just ring and ask. And then, you know, before you know it, you've got a puppy basically. And he's like Laura's shadow, but actually Laura doesn't live here anymore. Yeah. But because she works through the day, so she leaves him here. She comes here, takes him out and stuff. But like, he didn't settle because she took him to hers, but he didn't settle, and he just kept whining. So she brought him back here. So, yeah.
We always had the big golden retriever. So when the kids were little, but he was just too big and strong, you know, he would just jump up on them and he would keep trying to hump them all. And, you know, you couldn't walk. I could even barely walk the dog. Like he just was so strong and he would just pull me and he probably wasn't trained as best as possible because when we got him, I'd never had a dog. Yeah. 2, I had 3 children under the age of 4, so I was pretty busy with these 3 small kids all the time, and we lived on a rural property, so the fencing was kind of like lower, like rural type fencing. So the dog, he just used to bolt out the door and he'd jump over the fence and he'd be gone. And we lived on a couple of acres and like it would take me that long to go between all the acreage to try and find where he'd bolted off to. So he was just always hard from the very beginning. And I think the kids, well, Poppy's like 14, so Kayla's nearly 21, so like 5 or 6, and they just wanted a little toy dog that they could put in the dog's mouth and push around, and they just wanted more of the lap dog because the big dog was just so strong. Like even though he was beautiful, they just couldn't manage him. So that's why we ended up getting the small Pomeranian, and the 2 of them become the best of friends. But Yeah, we lost the bigger dog a couple of years ago, and I think I was a little bit like, oh, I'm never going to get a big dog again, but I've been sucked into it. So,
Well, but border collies are a bit littler than a retriever, though, aren't they? Like they're a bit littler, like. But
hopefully.
Yeah.
So it's
Good
night,
night, Sharon. Yeah, just seen that.
Night, Sharon.
Yeah. Well, he was meant to be a Bedlington Terrier cross whippet, so he was meant to be no higher than your knee. Like, he was meant to be sort of probably more calf height than anything. And then he kept growing and he kept growing and he kept growing. And then he's like mid-thigh height, you know what I mean? And you're like, okay. So we got his DNA tested. And we could see the Saluki in him because we were looking up different breeds, and the Saluki with their ears, he was, you could definitely see that. And so we tested him, and it came back that he was mostly Saluki, but he did also have Greyhound, Irish Wolfhound, Bearded Collie, and Poodle in him as well.
Yeah.
Poodle. Does he shred much hair?
He does a bit, but it's only the little fine hairs, right? Because he has like he has two coats, the kind of like there's an undercoat as well as, which I call his candy floss coat, because that's what it feels like. It's like candy floss underneath his longer fur, and that does shed. That does shed. So if he shakes, it's like a ball of that. You know what I mean?
I'm dreading here. I hope I'm going to have to stay on top of the grooming or something, because I'm.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, well, I hope I go all right with this dog.
You will, man. You'll be fine.
I'll fall in love with it. But, yeah, it's taken a little while to sway me around. I was trying to get them to pick like a little cavoodle, which was like the what's the cavoodle? The half poodle, half
Cavalier King Charles.
Cavalier King Charles.
Oh, right.
So I was trying to get those because they don't shed. They're kind of like a designer dog, and they're meant to be non-shedding. And I kind of wanted the kids to get one of those, but Maisie just really wanted that bigger fetching dog rather than the toy kind of play looking dog. She really wanted like a bigger dog.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll work out, and it'll be lovely.
Yeah.
When talking about the poodle bit, we laugh because we think that the poodle bit on him is like, if you give him something, he trots off sometimes, and that it does look a bit, oh, look at me kind of thing. So we say that's the poodle, like a standard poodle when they've just been like groomed and that, and they get trot around Crufts or whatever it is.
Yep.
It's a bit like that.
So funny. The poodles are quite an intelligent breed of dog as well.
They're supposed to be one of the cleverest, aren't they?
They seem to mix quite a few of the dogs with poodle.
Yeah, yeah.
The designer dogs, anyway, they mix a lot of them with poodle because that means less shedding hair, and they are quite smart. So
yeah. Smart, isn't it? So many of them out there. I started another channel, right? A music one, like a reaction channel.
I subbed to it.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool. You'll have to give us some songs that I need to listen to, because I don't really know any. Like, I know you're big into country, aren't you? And I don't really know. Like, I mean, I know Kenny Rogers, obviously, and stuff like that. But like he's kind of mainstream country. He's not really like country, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You need to listen to maybe some like Keith Urban or something.
Like, I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever listened to anything of his.
Oh, he's amazing. Keith is amazing. I've seen him live twice. He plays the guitar like no one you've ever seen. Like when he does a live concert, he does like this guitar solo, which I swear goes for like 10 or 15 minutes. And it's absolutely insane. And then he goes and gives the guitar to somebody in the audience. But his guitar skills are absolutely next level. Like, but yeah, he's just such a nice guy as well, Keith. Nice Aussie.
So is he the one who's married to Nicole Kidman now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It is who I thought it was then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll have to send me some
Some,
suggestions of songs.
Send some Luke Bryan and he can shake it for you.
Luke Bryan.
Yep, he's sexy.
But his hat's got to be facing the right way. If his hat's facing the wrong way,
He's
just
got-
Oh yeah, we mentioned. I think we all Googled this once, didn't we, a while ago? Oh, it's just.
I'm gonna
Oh,
post
right.
it on my shed.
So he wears like a baseball cap back to front, like he's cool.
He's really cute.
So what?
And
What
he's
song?
my age. He's my age. He's like sexy mid 40-year-old man.
Right. Okay, then give us a song of his, and I'll write it on my thing.
Oh, there's so many.
Well,
she only wants one, so you're all right.
I'll have to choose carefully.
use carefully.
I do like when he sings live and he sings Shake It For Me, and you see him up there live and he shakes his booty and all the girls, and
Oh, so shall I do it? I'll watch that one live then. Shall I?
watch it when he has Mel has a crush on Luke Bryan. Absolutely. He is lovely.
Oh, the way you say it, lovely. It's just like you just melted. See, Aquaman does that for me as well, so I get you.
Kathy's saying, sir, the guy with the first Labradoodle has written loads of articles about how he regrets breeding them. And he hates that people spend so much money on them. Yeah, they are so expensive, Kathy. Like, so over here, the cavoodle or capapoo or whatever they call them, cavapoo, they are about $5,500 now over here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's about £2,500.
So that's expensive. It's a lot of money for a dog, and they're the type of dogs that you have to go and get their hair cut every 6 weeks because they're so curly, they go matted.
Yeah.
So that was kind of important to me. I don't want a dog that needs more maintenance than me. You know, like
Absolutely no comment.
I mean, look at the lockdown. Like, I can't even cope. I'm like, what is this lockdown regrowth? I'll be like,
No, but at least your regrowth isn't grey.
oh my goodness! But look,
Can you imagine?
I'll be doing a live stream soon, dyeing my hair back brown. Everybody will be like, what is she doing?
Hopefully that. I mean, do you have any idea when that'll end yet, or?
Well, yesterday we just got told we've got another 4 weeks at least. So I would say 4 weeks will take us up to nearly the amount where enough people are vaccinated that then they'll just open it up because there'll be enough vaccinated. But I think we've got a good 4 to 6 weeks. So this is going to be looking real. I'll be wearing the baseball cap in all my videos soon. And you'll know why. I'll be like, why is Mel always wearing a hat inside that shed? Well, that is why.
Will it be a Luke Bryan hat or just a random one?
I must have. I have to find my hats. I'll have to dig them out.
Yeah, I agree with you, Fauna. End of the day, they're mongrels or crossbreeds, and you can't be sure of how they turn out. It's hardly even an even balance. It's like how they've bred, some of the flat-faced dogs, because some of them have got really bad breathing problems and things now because of the way they've been bred. So yeah.
We've got nearly so Kathy, most things are closed here. So we've got supermarkets are open, doctor's surgeries, anything that's classed as essential is open, and anything that's not essential is not open. So there's we're just basically homebound unless we need to go and get our groceries, really, or we have to go out to do an essential job.
Yeah.
Like, so we can go to the post office. But
Are you allowed a certain amount of exercise as well?
allowed out for 1 hour a day to do exercise, and have to wear a mask. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we didn't have to wear a mask in public places, in open spaces. So, like, you know what I mean? Just like walk around the park or whatever. As long as you were near enough, I think you had to be in a certain. You couldn't drive anywhere, could you, Ian? To spend your like time out type of thing.
Yeah, when we did 5 kilometres within our home.
We were allowed it, I think it was for 30 minutes, wasn't it, at first?
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, we had lockdown upon lockdown, and then they kind of let us out for like 2 weeks, and then it put us back in it for weeks and weeks. And the first one was all very like everyone was getting together, you know, like clapping in the street and having sing-songs in the street, and there was people helping each other, and then it just went a bit tits up after that, didn't it?
I think everybody gets a bit over it after a while, and that's when they start breaking the rules a little bit because they get sick of it, and a lot of people struggle with their mental health, obviously. But I think for me, I've quite it's only been a month, so I've quite enjoyed the downtime. I know Aaron enjoyed the downtime because it was like a forced holiday for him, because he's self-employed, so if he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. So Aaron kind of always grinds all year and then takes a couple of weeks off over Christmas, and that's it. So for him, the government was paying him money to be home, and he's like, I feel like I'm getting like a paid like a job, and like it was enough money that it was like quite fine for us. So so he was kind of enjoying it. He's just gone back this week because he's allowed to do some residential work as long as there's no one living at the house. So he's actually working on my mum's house at the moment, which is empty because mum's moved into another house. She's getting ready to sell her house. So Aaron's over there doing some renos and stuff so it's just him and his brother. So they're allowed to go back and do that type of work now. But the schools, none of the schools are back or anything like that.
Yeah. It's like I think it got to the point here that like I know I was just sick of hearing about it. You know what I mean? It was like everywhere, and it still is, to be honest. If you switch the news on, and still it's like a constant thing that you just like. I think a lot of people are literally done with it. Like now, you know.
I think for me, it's got me out of a few bad habits. Like I was going to the coffee shop every morning, and then I'd probably go there at lunchtime. I was probably buying 2 or 3 coffees a day, and I haven't bought a coffee since we've been in lockdown. So even though the coffee shops are open, I just don't want to go there. So I've just been drinking instant coffee at home. So I have saved so much money on coffee, and even sometimes I would go to get the coffee and then I would buy like breakfast or lunch at the cafe. So like it's really stopped me spending. And also I used to just pop down to the grocery shop almost every single day and get like a bag of shopping just because it's easier, and it was just easier to do it that way. Whereas now we're like, well, we don't really want to go to the supermarkets more than once a week. So we're kind of once or twice a week now, maybe every 4 days, we're going down to the grocery shop, one of us, and just buying, so it's
what you
I
need.
just feel like life is less busy now. I'm not rushing everywhere every day. Quite
and it allowed loads of people to catch up on DIY things that they've always wanted to do, to read books that they've been meaning to read, to watch series that they've been meaning to watch. And there was loads of things like that happening at first. And then I think people got sick of it, but hopefully you don't get to the point that you get sick of it.
I think like if it gets to Christmas and I'm not allowed to see the family, I'll be pretty devastated. And I think one of the things I'm not liking is my daughter doesn't live with me, so she keeps getting all her like parcels delivered to our house because they live in an apartment now, and it's really hard. Every time the courier tries to find it, it gets lost. So she gets all her parcels delivered here, and then we leave them on the step, and she comes and she stands like a couple of meters down on the front yard while we're all standing at the front door, and we're all wearing our masks. And I'm like, I'm looking forward to giving my daughter a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose the timing was good for what you were doing with like having Aaron off, because you could crack on with like working on there, and then obviously you moving from the storage sheds to here. That time it's probably worked out best because it's give you that time to sort it out and everything as well.
Oh, definitely. Like the shed would have taken like weeks afterwards if I'd been waiting for him. So it was good. Like we were able to just finish it off quickly. But we haven't been able to finish the outside because I can't go into the hardware shop and choose paint. Like we've got to paint the outside of it, but we're going to paint the house as well. So whatever color I choose to paint the shed is what color is going to be for the house. So it's quite a big decision. So it's like I can't go to the hardware shop and go and look at all the paint colors and pick a paint color. So I kind of feel like I don't want to rush the outside of this being done until I can really look into that and choose that properly. So,
but I suppose that's fine for now anyway, because like obviously you've got you've got your fence to be done first for the puppy coming and stuff. And any other bits and bobs that need doing, and then you can concentrate on that, can't you, afterwards?
Yeah.
So,
he's got a few rooms. Aaron's going to build a little storage room here as well, because I've still got one storage unit where we got some personal stuff being kept, just because we got no garage at this house, because this has been made into it. So we got a lot of camping stuff because we go camping a lot, and used to go camping a lot. But we've got a lot of, and Aaron being a carpenter, he's got a lot of tools, so we've still got like a storage unit. So he's going to build like a storage area here, and then he's going to build a room for my son. So he's got lots of rooms to build.
Lots of jobs to do. But I mean, obviously, just in what you save and loan from those. So was that like a double storage unit and another one, wasn't it, that you've now
I
got rid of?
I had 3 storage units. 2 of them were double sized. So huge saving.
Yeah.
Which is so good, because it means like I can afford to even like work a little bit less, because I don't have to cover those fees, So finding that balance and slipping that down a little bit.
And also, I suppose if like say one night the kids were watching a film or something like that you went into and you didn't really fancy it, but you didn't really want to go to sleep, and you could come over here and do an hour in here because it's right next door. It's like part of your house, whereas like you wouldn't drive off to the storage sheds to do that, would you? So so it makes sense in that sense, you know.
It's going to be so handy just having it here, and because I want to get into the habit of not working weekends. And so even on last weekend, I was like, okay, I need to like not work. And then I was thinking, but we're in lockdown. There's nothing else to do. It's not like we can go off for like a family like trip on the weekend or go to some markets or anything. So I'm kind of like sitting around the house going, I just want to go into the shed and like keep organizing, because like every single day just feels like a weekend. Like it just all feels the same at the moment.
Yeah, it does. It just blends and you don't know which is what anymore, do you? So it kind of just all blends together.
No. But I don't feel tired and I don't feel stressed. So I feel like, well, as long as I'm not feeling tired, then come out here. And now I can stream, because before it was really hard to stream in the house because everyone had to be quiet, because we only had the one kind of room where the computer was, and like getting up to do like this morning with Nick at 6:30 a.m. Like if I was doing that in the house, like everyone's still asleep, but they wake up because they hear me, and like it's annoying for them. So this is awesome.
It's like earlier on I was recording some stuff for the other channel, and I was just like saying it, and the next thing he comes out of the other room, my son, and then he's singing away, you know what I mean? So I had to stop the thing and like then tell him I was I didn't know, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I just need to message you every time just in case.
And like, I know that you'll feel my pain because I know your son does this too, Lainey, but they go on the PlayStation and they yell at the PlayStation. And like, we've only got one TV. So the boys, because they're both home, you know, they sit on that PlayStation yelling at it, like yelling. And I'm just like, oh my God.
You should hear Lainey when Aquaman's on. She's shouting at the telly and for different reasons.
Yeah, well, that's
When
different.
you shouted Aquaman, it'd just be like, ooh, hi. Like, but
Aquaman, like I'm with Luke Bryan.
Yeah, definitely. He's oblivious as well to his noise because they have them noise cancelling headphones, aren't they? So to them, they're like, I'm not that loud. I'm like, you bloody well are. You know what I mean? If the people online can understand what you're saying, then you are loud. You know. So yeah, nightmare.
Very loud, very loud. And they're always angry. Like mine's my boys. I say to them, I never hear you. You're not an aggressive type of kids, but you are aggressive on that game. You know?
Yeah, like the competitiveness within the game is mental. And I mean, he just fucking.
Can you hear my thing echoing?
No.
Can you hear it, Ian?
No.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll come in and out because I keep getting a bit of an echo.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
I'll turn my speakers down just in case it's coming back from me.
I can hear some of my neighbours exchanging words.
Are they on Xbox or PlayStation? That's what it is.
Yeah, not in the middle of the car park drunk. They're not. Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, David plays on Call of Duty and football, like a football one as well. And like, honestly, some of the things he comes out with, I'm just get like, yeah.
Yep, I'm feeling your pain.
Cass can hear an echo. Cass, you can hear an echo, Cass?
Okay, I think it's me. I'm going to go in and out and see.
All right.
Bloody Australians. Oh, got away with that.
Yeah, because she left before you got a chance to like. Can you still hear the echo, Cass? Because that will obviously mean it is one of us rather than Mel.
Mel's fault.
I mean, I couldn't hear it.
I couldn't.
So yeah.
To be honest,
now. Yeah.
I'm not going to stop on too much longer. To be honest.
Look at me in my radio station.
Welcome to Lady FM.
It's late night loving.
88 to 91 FM. Lady FM from the BBC.
I really feel like one of those people who talk like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what on the big telly?
We're on the big telly.
I don't want to be on the big telly. It's scary. Hello.
Shh, she's back. Shh. Oh.
See if that works.
You're back. I'm saying I just got one of these things.
And now my camera's gone funny. Oh, okay.
So that's I'm all like, yeah. So I said I feel like a radio presenter. So I'm get like, hello and welcome to Late Night Lovin' on Laney FM. And now we're going to play some Luke Bryan from Mel, who's out there in her she shed.
You need
picking up dog poo. Yeah.
Now you need an ASMR channel.
Oh God! Don't give her another channel. I can't bloody cope with the video.
Laney.
Is that really ASMR? Who does like sort of?
Would you like to hear me talk so you can go to bed?
Oh my God!
Goodness. Those ASMR channels make massive money.
I don't get it. I really don't.
Massive money.
I I know some people like watching them. Is it the mukbang ones where like people eating stuff?
I beg your pardon? The what ones?
Mukbang. I don't know what they're called. Mukbang.
Yeah. They just like eat and eat.
Yeah, and they're just like someone will pay them like loads of money to eat like a crab or something, and then they're just like shoveling it in their mouth, and like
And
people
it's
pay
noisy.
them.
Quite
And it's so
ASMR.
noisy, and it's like, yeah, I hate that. It would make me feel sick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have massive channels. Like some of the channels that have the most crazy amount of views, it makes you just go, geez, I'm in the wrong genre. Like, well, I'm in the wrong niche. Why did I decide to do eBay on YouTube? That's way too hard.
I know, right? Like, you just think people are doing that, and it's so easy. And like, you know, like you said, you're doing eBay, sending stuff out and all that. But yeah, I'm with Sarah. ASMR makes me want to rip my skin off. But there's loads of
some funny ones. There's some funny ASMR. There's actually a couple of ones done with eBay as well, where they talk about what they've bought while they've gone thrifting and stuff. Yeah, massive views. Like,
what? And they just do it like they just talk really quiet, close to the mic. Is that it? I couldn't even work that out. It would just be annoying.
I would just giggle. I wanted to try it, but I would just think I would giggle the whole way through it. But I would actually love to.
Maybe there's an
I would actually
ASMR,
love
like,
to try it as
option.
As
Maybe
a
that's what
money making thing. Oh.
Yeah. But just for a laugh.
I'd like to try it for the money that can come from it if you were good at it. So much money.
There are loads of channels of bigger girls eating big meals that are huge. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that. And then I remember one a while back where this woman, she used to she was probably as big as me, I would say. And obviously she had a big sort of belly that overhung her stomach. And guys used to pay her and she would slap them with her belly, basically. And I'd be like, I couldn't take it seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Once you see your bank balance going up, lady.
Yeah. I mean, if they were offering us $1,000, I mean, I might be persuaded. Like,
it's just a belly slap.
Yeah, just a belly slap. Yeah, it's fine. Man. But I mean, it's like the whole sort of dirty socks, dirty shoes, you know, dirty underwear. It's all a thing, isn't it? It's all mental, but people do it. People buy them.
Very much a thing. Yep. Yeah.
Sarah says the whispering ones make me want to scream. Speak bloody up.
You have the volume up full ball and you're like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something that would appeal to me. I'd just be like, can't be bothered.
Oh, so funny. I went through a stage where I was really like researching them because I was like, I was so fascinated with the amount of views that they got. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong niche. I need to be doing this. It's like trying to research it all. I was like, right, next up is coming Mel's ASMR channel.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to them, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, fair play to them, but like,
it's just, you know, some of them are just literally doing it because it's such a money-making business. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Now that OnlyFans is not like, you know, no adult content type of thing, it's gonna have like took a massive hit for a lot of people because they did a lot of adult content on there, didn't they?
And I've got to close mine down and everything.
OnlyFans is still adult content. They're just cutting out things like child pornography.
Well, that should have been already anyway, though. Surely,
they're just like you know, with animals and stuff. They're trying to get rid of that kind of side of it, but it's still all like naked, like all nudity and stuff is still allowed. So it's not really changing for the intention that it was set up for. I guess it was just that people were misusing it for grossness. So yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, I suppose it's like the dark web, isn't it? Because that's all full of weird and grossness.
Yeah.
So I can still put pictures of me and just in my helmet on there then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
still
yeah.
go on
That's
there.
all right. Yeah, that's
With
all
your
right.
daily boppers.
Yeah, my daily boppers, yeah.
Your daily boppers. Do you know what daily boppers are?
No.
Yeah, no. So
Balls?
do you know that? You know the hair bands with the things on a spring that like bob about.
Oh, yeah, hair bobbles.
We call them daily boppers. So they're just a hairband with like a spring that has like a tassel on the end or something,
Okay.
and then you just wangle them about or whatever.
Oh.
We
They
were
do that
talking-
on OnlyFans. Is that what you were saying?
You can put
Right,
different you put different things on the ends of them, I suppose, on the ends of the spring.
Yeah, you can get different ones.
No, meant for OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Let's leave that there, I think.
Yeah, because they weren't meant to have like.
Leave that to your channel, Ian.
Oh, so you.
Yeah.
So did you mean like this? You could have them on.
Oh, okay. Oh, I wore something like that at my hen's night.
Yeah. So like they're daily boppers. They usually, like there's child ones and they just have tassels on or whatever. And
Okay.
I remember them from being a kid. But yeah, them kind of things are more what Ian means.
Yeah.
I keep going blurred. Stupid camera. That's what I need next, a better camera, I think.
I've got a camera. I want to try and work out how I can put my good camera here instead of the web camera, because I feel like
Yeah.
the webcam, I never get good coloring, and like all my live streams look like when I replay them, they must lose some kind of quality.
Yeah,
and they look
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, because when I was I've done the same thing, and then it doesn't look so bad to me. But then when I've watched it back, I'm like, oh, actually, that's a lot worse than I thought.
Yeah, looks different on the screen when you're streaming than when you play it
Yeah.
back. It must like compress the files or something, and they look horrible. So I don't know if I need to work out. I've bought like a bigger camera
Mm-hmm.
for vlogging, so I'm going to try and stick it up here and.
So
I
just
don't
like
know
a compact camera or like a.
I
you know,
bought
if you're
the
the
Canon
vlogger.
M50.
All
Canon
right.
M50 Mark II, which is like a vlogging camera. So it's got the screen so I can do it. And I bought a
Yeah.
GoPro and I bought all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I still use my phone and my
Well-
cheap webcam. So
So I bought the little Nikon compact thing that I had, which I'm actually getting back because my brother, I sold it to my brother when I got the bridge camera, but he just messages the other day and he said, I've used it once. Do you want it back? So I was like, yeah. But anyway, so I bought that for vlogging, etc. And then like I didn't use it for that. I ended up. Well, I tell a lie a little bit because I did use it a bit if I was like vlogging something I was outside, but I didn't use it in the house like to do stuff on. I would always revert back to that because I felt like it was so intensely close on your face and really clear that like
Yeah.
it picked up every little blemish and spot and all of it, and I just was like, no, I cannot do that right constantly. So
yeah,
didn't
I feel
bother.
like even with my vlogging one, I feel like I need to buy a more wide angle lens. I know the lens is quite wide on it anyway, but I feel like it needs even wide, like the widest of widest ones, just because it does give you that right up in your face. And I know what you mean. Like it shows every single wrinkle and yeah. So I just think the quality would be so much better here. So I'd like to try it, but yeah, I probably need to just dedicate a day next week where I sit down with this GoPro, which I don't know how to use either, and just go, okay, how do I use? I bought all this stuff. I need to like get serious.
Well,
and
I
use it.
suppose as well, right now, while you've got the time and the lockdown type thing, it's probably the best time to sort of practice with it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there are special kind of vlog cameras. So the one I've got is designed like a lot of YouTube vloggers use the one that I've got, which is called Canon M50 Mark II.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty good camera. I paid like quite a lot of money for it, and I haven't even used it. Oh, typical. Plus, I used to be a photographer, so like I've got
Yeah.
like a couple of really good cameras, like with the big
I've
lenses.
just got like the bridge camera that I got, which I bought
Yeah.
like after, having the other one, and then obviously did more wildlife and stuff, which it seems to be what I'm drawn to. Although I have done so that's mine.
Yep.
But I have done some.
What model is that, Lainey? What model is
So
that?
this is a Canon. Oh God, I always get it wrong. Canon PowerShot SX70.
Mm-hmm. It takes good shots.
Yeah, it's a good camera, and I love it. I have no clue how to use it. Most of the stuff on it, though, that's the worst thing. Because
it takes a while to learn it.
I've looked at a couple of things online, and it's hard for me to learn. So like I'm really hard. I find it really hard to learn things like for it to sink in. I kind of like usually it's best just to have someone there, and then someone can show it me, then I can do it, and then I can ask questions. Whilst if you're watching someone online and they're showing you, you can't actually ask them anything, or like if I don't quite understand, and sometimes it doesn't sort of the way they show it or learn it doesn't quite compute for me. So yeah, I still haven't got a Scooby-Doo, and most of the time I'm in auto mode. So yeah.
I think when I learned how to become a photographer, because that was my full-time job before reselling, I was self-taught from YouTube how to use the camera, but I learned how to photograph in a very kind of specific way. I loved all the bokeh and stuff, so my photos were very blurred out backgrounds, focusing on the subject, and I did family portraits, so I used to just really focus in on the family and kind of have all the background blurred. They were beautiful, but because I was not trained technically through any kind of schooling, I basically taught myself how to shoot in the way that how I wanted to shoot. That became my specific style. Do you know what I mean? And so even now, like even though I've got all these cameras, I'm not very good at I have to really sit down and learn how I want to use it in my particular way. It's not like I'm tech savvy and totally understand all the technical sides of photography. Like I understand the basics because I did it as a full-time job.
I would really like to learn the technical sides of it, because when people say stuff to us, that's kind of like the blurred background, but it's just a flower and the bee, and then the blur behind. But it like when people talk about stuff, like they'll mention the ISO, they'll mention the aperture, they'll mention shutter speed, they'll mention depth of field, and I'm just like, huh? Because that's basically how I feel like, and I want to know what it is. I want to know what it means, but it's like getting something to find something to learn me in a way that I can ask the question, rather than if there is something I don't understand kind of thing. So it's just finding if there's something around here that does do courses that I could learn on properly, that would help. But
learning your aperture and your ISO and stuff, that's all really important if you want to shoot manual. The hardest thing about being a manual shooter is you have to really understand what you're doing, in because you have to change your settings very quickly for every time the light changes or the subject moves, so you have to be very quick.
This has got two programmable things, so like you could have it set at a certain sort of if you're, I think they were saying if you were doing birds or forever, for instance, you could have it set in a way that you usually shoot those pictures, and then same with I suppose the sunset. If you do sunsets or sunrises quite often, you could have it in a way to do that. So you just have to turn it on those settings. But again, I haven't got a clue. And the thing is there's a on this bit here, because there's the button there which is the zoom in and out type of thing. it's quite fast. And I always go to use this one because it's just so handy where it is, and it's sort of easy to get to. But it's fast zoom, so things tend to blur because obviously it's fast. But here, there's a one here as well, which does like slower. And obviously people always say like use that one for like the slower, but I forget that one's there. So I always do that, and then it's just
You get used to wherever your hands go. It's like when you change cameras, when you buy a new camera and it's the same model, but it's an upgraded version, and you're like,
Yeah. Sarah says, Mel, I am quite new to reselling and occasionally can't find something I have sold. How do you organise your stack and storage boxes? Hope it's okay to ask.
Before you answer that, I'm just going to say I'm going to bob off. So stuff I want to do before bed, and I don't want to be in bed too late tonight.
All right, no
worries. I'm
worries.
going to leave you both to it, and I shall catch you both soon, I'm sure. Goodbye to everybody in the chat. I know it's only been a short and brief tonight, but I blame that Australian and that man from Hitchkin.
I'm always getting the blame for your problems.
I know. Well, can't fit and wear. Yeah. All right then. Take care. Speak to you
Good night,
soon.
Ian. Good night.
Where's the button? There it is. Bye.
There it is. I'm new to reselling and occasionally can't find something that I have sold. How do you organize your stock and your storage boxes? Okay, so today I've just put a video out that's talking about my inventory of how I'm organizing my shelves now. So watch that one later or tomorrow. Watch the video that I've just put out today, because that was about me doing a stock take and how I'm changing up my system. But when I did my clothes, and I've only got 2 tubs of clothes here now because I haven't been selling a lot of clothes. But basically, these are only new here. So because I don't have many, I haven't actually done the SKU on them yet. But basically, if you name all your tubs like A, B, C, D or whatever, so then you've got your tub number or shelf or whatever. But let's say that tub. Let's say it had a number on it and it was letter A. And then inside, put your clothing into like a little bag. So I have like this. So I just use like sandwich type bags, like big Ziplocs. And then like I've got these little pieces of paper that all have different numbers on them. They're just can you see that?
Yeah. Well, I'll put you on big screen one second.
Yeah, they're just like printed. Like I've just made them myself. They're just cut out to paper, and I've just got numbers up to about 2,000 or something.
Yeah. Basically,
then I would just put one of those into the snap lock bag with the clothes. Okay, so then like let's say I've got this number plate. It goes into the bag. And that's its number, 530. And I put it into tub A. So then in the SKU system of my eBay website, because there's a section there that says custom SKU. So that means the buyers and stuff, they can't see that. That's a private SKU for your inventory. So then you would just write in that when you were doing your listing, A 530. And then you would know that it's in tub A and the item is number 530.
Yeah.
So if you've got a tub full of like 15 or 20 pairs of skirts and pants and shorts or denim jeans, and they're all denim or they're all black, like if you've got black skirts, black shorts, black pants, they all look exactly the same when they're in the plastic bags. Yeah, so if you give them their little number, then all you do is you look through the bag for that specific number. Then I take this number out before I ship it, and I just store it there, and then I just recycle the numbers constantly.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. I even do this on like some of my bundles of books. There's one of the numbers on there, like that one says number 300. So that's because these are Mills and Boon, like you know, Mills and Boon romance.
Yeah.
Little like chick flicks here, sexy novels. But I sell a lot of these, and you know, they all look a lot of them look exactly the same because I bundle them up, and they're like these blue ones mean they're in the medical genre, and then like there's red ones here These ones are like the desire ones, so they've got like a number on them as well. But because I bundle up so many of them and they look similar, it's easier for me just to give them a number. So when I pull it off the shelf, I'm looking for number 300, not looking for a whole heap of books that look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like just a regular type of thing, I wouldn't bother with a number. But if it's like this one, for instance, as well, the books, like the Hunger Games, or like 50 Shades of Grey, I sell that like on repeat. So I might put a number with it so I know that's the exact one that's been photographed.
Yeah, as well, because I've also seen when you've had books, you've had ones that have like red edge on there, like on the edge of the pages. So you've got to know which one's which, because obviously you might be selling the ones with the red ones and ones with the plain as well. So
so you just utilize, make sure you're using that section in your eBay website where it comes up and says custom SKU, and when you do your listing, it's about the third line down, and you just put that SKU. So you put your shelf number or you put your tub number or whatever, so that you know exactly when it sells. Underneath the listing, it comes up and tells you what your SKU number is, so you can just go straight to that spot and grab it.
That's much easier, isn't it? And then like
I'm just changing it up here now for the books since I've moved into this new space. Like I'm changing up the SKU
because
system.
you're lying them a different way now, aren't you? Because you're lying them so that they're facing out.
Got to try and fit as many. I've got to try and fill the shelves to capacity here because I've got less space, so I need to be able to stack them up a little bit more. So
have you worked out how many more you actually get on doing it that way? Have you worked that out? Lots more. Yeah.
Heaps more onto a shelf, like.
Because if you're looking at them from here, it kind of looks like you would probably get 2 of those stacks facing the other way, but one of them would have to come off there, whereas like doing it that way, it gives you that extra stack of books that you can put on. So that's a massive deal if you include that on every shelf.
These ones that are stacked here at the moment, they're not staying like that. They were stacked there for the video that went released today. So if you watch the video, you'll know those. The ones over there, but how they're stacked all down on the shelf, that's how these shelves will become. These ones.
So are they like double layered on the first ones? Are they like two?
Yep.
2 lots? Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. They're like, they've got 5 stacks of books on each shelf. So they're holding like a lot of books.
Yeah.
I could stack it so there was 6, but then it gives me no room to kind of slide a pile.
And move them about. Yeah. It's like a puzzle. Do you remember that puzzle when you were a kid and you had to make the face and then there was one missing and you had to move it all around to get it. It's kind of like that.
So I kind of left it with 5 so that I can shuffle along a little bit easier. But these ones that are hanging out here now with the Post-it notes, that's the system that's changing. So
so you improved on it from just having them lengthways along to doing it that way, where you had them stacking up, which gave you more, and now you've found another way, which is giving you even more, which is much better.
So I've definitely like had to change it around since I've been in here, but it's it's going to be good once it's all done properly. Getting there. Is there such a thing as a minimalist reseller? There are some people who run small eBay stores, and they to be a minimalist reseller, I would say that you don't work on having a lot of death piles. So you would basically, you go out, you source, you buy that stuff, you get it photographed and listed straight away. So, when you've got the death pile, that's when you start to build up these big piles and look like you're a hoarder. And when I did clothing, I was like that. I used to only have one rack that was death pile. I'd literally go out, buy my stuff, come back the next day, photograph it, list it, and try and get it up. But with the books, it's a little bit different because I'm constantly buying like hauls.
And you can buy literally thousands, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, but now I'm with lockdown, I'm kind of glad I've got like some backlog, but yeah, it's hard to be a minimalist reseller. I think you can have a smaller store, but you have to be able to have like stock that's going to quite turn over fast to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
see what
like to think though that I'm quite organized in my
Oh,
when I do
definitely.
have it. Like I try and
Definitely.
keep it semi-organized. There's
Definitely.
times where it gets out of control, but I think in this space, because I'm going to be using this for streaming, and I don't want to
Yeah.
have too much clutter around. So hopefully I'll be able to keep this nice and organized once I finish.
And
going through all
also,
this stuff.
you've learnt as well, you know, what sells, what doesn't sell. So you've had this time now, so you know what sells, what doesn't sell. You know what I mean? So you know things that you're not going to buy. And I know obviously you'll have the option of getting them in, you know, like bulk, that you might end up getting them things in. And whether it's worth it to you just to create, you know, if you buy a bulk lot for $50 or whatever, and you cream out the 200 decent things and then put the other 200 in a charity shop or op shop, as you would say, it probably still be worth it for you rather than muck about with those lower end ones.
That's it. And in the beginning, I didn't really do that because I didn't really know which ones were the low ones, and I would go through every single book, and that's when I ended up storing and having a lot of death pile because I had so much I wasn't able to get through it. Whereas now I'm pretty good even with my eye after doing books full time for over a year. So I'm like I've just obtained another haul. So when I do that haul, like it's a big haul. So I'm expecting that probably 50-60% of that haul is probably not even stuff that I want. So I have to kind of before I bring it back here, I'm going to really kind of cherry pick through it with an initial cull.
You see, I'd be interested to watch what you do with that. Like, I find interesting. And the thing is, there's very few resellers that I watch like fully. So like you're one of them, Nick and Andrea. Carla, but she mixes stuff up now, so her reselling is in without other content. Do you know what I mean? Lex, who also mixes stuff up now, and like for just purely who does resell. I know you've done the shed build as well, but like probably just you and Nick and Andrea, really. Like I watch a couple of others who mix it up, but the rest I don't watch because it's I don't know. Like I find you entertaining, I guess. I must do because I obviously wouldn't watch you, but
try and be entertaining.
It's your antics, Mel. It's your antics.
It's my antics.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find that balance because the problem with me is I don't like to watch reseller channels that just show what they bought, like their hauls and what they sold constantly. I don't actually enjoy to watch that myself, so I don't like to make a lot of content that's particularly like that myself. So I'm always kind of struggling with where I fit in the reselling community because there's a lot of like the standard reselling videos, going garage sailing, going to the thrift shop, going to showing what sold. Like it doesn't really interest me. So I'm always trying to think of videos that are a little bit on other topics. I guess a lot of my videos are around organizing and motivation and they're not just so much like, look what I bought. Like you can be on the lookout. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I watch you and think, oh my God, I feel tired and I'm just watching. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like some of what I do. But I love your organization. I find that like amazing to watch because I'm totally not organized whatsoever. But also, you make it so easy to watch as well, which is good because I think you need that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just I know it's you. It's the same with Nick and Andrea. I know that's them. Do you know what I mean? And like so that's good. But I think what I find interesting is I tend to find there's a start, middle, and end with you. So like I see the whole journey of something rather than just like the highlights bits or whatever. You know, you show the good, the bad, and the ugly essentially. And I think you need that because you need it to be real. It needs to have that sort of bit of everything. So like for you getting this huge haul, like that would be something I'd be interested in, even though I know that you're saying that it's not something that you like to watch. I think a lot of people do like to see that sort of thing,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh wow, they want to see what that's like, one.
Yeah.
And then I would be interested to see like just how much of it you keep, how much of it you sell on, what you think you could get for it, blah blah blah. And even the journey on from that, like even if like you did an update in the future, like to sort of say, do you remember this haul that I got? Well, you know, this is where I'm at with it, kind of thing. Because I don't know if you're going to do like a system with your books as to whether you do like a culling thing every so often. So like every 6 months, are you going to put it all on a sale? Are you going to, you know, or every 3 months or whatever, you know, and then if it doesn't go, then sort of sell it on rather than keeping it on the shelves, because I know you want to get in, like you're going to get in more and more new stuff and stuff like that. And you, because you don't have the capacity to keep it all, you know, is that going to be a thing in the future?
Yeah.
But,
I think even now in my SKU system, like when I'm putting on the shelf numbers and stuff, for the last 2 months that I've been listing, I've actually been putting in the month, so August, September, so that I can look back, because the other ones, they're just like continuously, or if you end them and sell similar, you never really know when you originally listed them. So now I'm actually putting the month in there in my SKU section. Besides the shelf or the number, I'm actually putting the month in there so that I can look back at that maybe and go, okay, those things, I listed those in August, you know, it's now January. What am I going to do? Like those items are becoming stale, like chuck them on a sale, or really look at them. Are they priced too high? Do you need to rejig the titles? Different things like that. So I think there's definitely ways that you have to stay on top of it. I had to do a big cull to move in here, like a big cull. Like I think Ian almost died some of the times when I would send him some photos and go, I culled all this today, and he'd be like, oh, like what? And I was like, but you know, I've learned what's worth selling and what's not selling.
And some of them may have like sat at the back of somewhere for a while. Do you know what I mean? And even and not ever being listed because one, you've avoided them for whatever reason, or because people do that, don't they? It's like, I know you buy a lot of Bibles and stuff like that because I know that there's money in them, and obviously they probably tend not to stick around. You know what I mean? So you probably list them pretty quickly. Where something that might tend to stick around, you might stick, and especially if you've gotten it in a haul or something, you might shove it at the back of something just until whenever. But
it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky working out where you want your channel to go and what you want to share. And it's hard to be sharing videos that don't really interest you. Like, I don't really want to make videos that I don't really want to watch. So, I don't know. I guess it's like Nick says, people follow you for your personality and your journey.
Well,
they don't actually care that you're selling books. You know, like they might get some inventory ideas. It's not about the books. Then
no,
it's
not
about
at all.
you.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I do the same thing because haul videos. So like, you know, the going to the shopping halls and things like that, like B&M and whatever like that around here is like when I've done videos, when I've done videos of them, they have had a high response, like in comparison to some of my others. But I find them so boring. I really do, and they're not enjoyable for me. So I very rarely do them. I can't remember when I last did one. And I've had the options to do them because I've had the stuff to do them, but I just haven't got the inclination. And like you, it has to, you know, it has to work for me, I suppose. Stephen's saying he thinks he enjoys his Lex. He's put Lexi, but he means Lex sorting videos more than the sparkly ones. So you know Lex, don't you, Bad Biscuit? She does where she sorts through jewelry. So she buys like big bulk lots of jewelry and then sorts it. And I totally understand, because it's kind of like
it's almost ASMR-y.
Yeah. It's it is. I suppose it is, but I don't like it. I want to say I don't like ASMR, but I do like that. It's like I want to see what she gets. I want to see her excitement in whatever she's getting, what she's not getting. But you know, like her excitement, because it is, as you said, it's about the person, isn't it? And yeah, as Stephen's also saying, I hate what Ricky Lee buys and sells. You know Ricky Lee, don't you?
Yep. I do,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
Ricky Lee reselling. It's good looking chap.
But you enjoy watching him.
Yeah, because of his personality. Yeah.
Yep.
And he buys Pokemon and crap like that, and I haven't got Scooby Doo, but I know what you mean.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where you've got to try and be true to your own personality and be as natural as you can on the camera, because that's why people will follow you for you rather than, because it's hard for me, like being in Australia, and most of my YouTube audience is actually American. So it's really hard for me to get to the Americans to relate to me, because like our op shopping and thrift shopping is so different to theirs.
Yeah.
Like their garage sales are so different to ours. Like we don't have car boot sales like you. So it's hard to come into another country and try and get others to relate to you with what you're actually selling and doing. So that's where you've got to come in and find that avenue where people can relate to you in a different way, for just like your general day-to-day eBay struggles or whatever it is. You got to find that. That's how I feel. I feel like I've got a audience that's not really, my audience is nearly 50% American. Like I think it's about 18% UK, and the rest is most of the rest is Australian, with a few scattered. But when only 20-something% of my audience is Australian, so like that's why when most of my videos go live at times that don't even suit the Australians, because I've got to cater, because 80% of my market of my video is not Australian. So
so it's not on the time
my videos go live often when everybody else is still in bed, because I'm not really catering. I can't make my videos too focused on like Australian shipping or Australian this, because it's not the majority of my viewers. If I make a video on Australian postage, nobody else wants to watch that.
Like if you did it as a how-to on like a help thing, I get what you're saying, because whereas like if you were just explaining it how different it was to like the American postage system or the UK postage system, then that would probably be okay. But like to just do a kind of like this is this, like I get what you're saying.
I'd get no views, and then my channel would go. So it's really hard. You got to kind of cater to your market, but then work out those ways that you can cater to them by staying relatable, but staying true to yourself and what you like as well.
Yeah. I mean, see, for me, it's good night, Kathy. For me, it's kind of like I understand the sort of, trying to think of the right way of putting this. So the sort of the money side of YouTube, and the side of it in the sense of like, you're doing this, there's an option to make it a business essentially, right? Which is amazing. And obviously the bigger the channel, the bigger the business it creates for that channel. And although I'm monetized, it's not attached to my bank at all. So it just collects up in somewhere or other. I don't actually get it. And the reason being is because I'm classed as disabled because of my legs, then I get benefits, do you know what I mean, to a point. So that, and I've tried to look into it. I've tried to look into it 2 or 3 times, and nobody can seem to give us any answers. And then they were supposed to send me forms, and they didn't send me forms. So I've just left it. I've just thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it, because one, I don't want to take the risk of it causing me issues, because I can't work essentially unless it's like literally sitting doing this. I think if there was a job available that I could just sit and like work on a computer, like in the same place, but there's nothing available where I could go to somewhere to do that kind of thing. So I've just kind of left it. I've just like left it like that. So I'm not actually getting the money. It just goes into this sort of thing. And one day I might sort of like actually go and look into it again and sort of try and speak to them. But because I was kind of saying they didn't really know, because they would get like, well, who would be your employer? And I was get like,
Yeah, you'd be self-employed, but I mean, the money you make on YouTube's so minimal anyway,
well,
until
exactly.
you get the big,
Yeah, exactly.
you
And,
know, until you're
yeah.
up around
And I just kind of thought, you know what, I'm just going to
30,000.
leave it. I didn't start it for the reason. I didn't start it for like money reasons. And if I was, well, I thought that as well, Stephen. But it's so complicated because I'm classed as like because I'm disabled or whatever. Then I've got to apply for it and like put forward to whether I'm allowed to do this or whatever, because I think their viewpoint is that if I'm doing some sort of work that benefits me, that means that I could actually do it in the real world. I didn't mean that in the way that came out, but like, yeah, if I could do a job where I could do a job and not have to have benefits, I think that's the way they look at it. But yeah, as Sarah says, they can take a fair chunk from you, and I think it's something like I think it's for every pound over. So if you have so much over, they take pretty much like, I think it's like 60% of it or whatever, but I'm not really sure anyway. But yeah, exactly. It's scary to rock the boat, and I try to look into it, so I've just left it. So it's not attached to me. I haven't getting anything. It's still there though, so that if in the future I can look into it. And because YouTube does that thing where it tells you what you, and each month, you know what I mean, where I think it was like a tenner or something a month or whatever it is, at the minute. But like it sort of thingy to breaks it down so they can see that I haven't done it, but also because I haven't touched it anyway, it's still there. But like I said, they were just kind of like, well, you'll just have to fill this form in, and I tried always to ask them about it, and it's just I asked online, I've rang up, you know, I've got like the help chat thing up, and I've rang up a couple of times, and one person was just really blasé and was like, well, you know, kind of, and there was no help whatsoever. And I thought, like, if I was trying to help myself like this, and this is what I'm faced with, like how, you know what I mean? It doesn't like really give you much hope, does it? Type of thing.
I mean, what if you suddenly went viral and got crazy amount of subscribers, you know, then, you know, the money might be worth looking into. But, you know, I reckon until you've got about 30,000 odd subs, you're not making very much money.
No. And like I said, and to be honest, I put into YouTube, you know, it costs me in the end, essentially. I mean, I'm not, it's not major money or anything like that, you know what I mean? But like, I put into it, like, you know, I bought bits of equipment that's cost money, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, it's a hard one because I suppose and then I think as well, I wouldn't want the pressure of that, because I think that puts another pressure on it. I've gone blurred, this blinking camera. Yeah, so I don't really know what the answer is in that sense, but I just thought, I think with everything that I had going on with my mum and dad and all of them things, as well as like, you know, and sort of like then putting in complaints and loads of other stuff, that I ended up just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to put it to the back of somewhere, leave it there, and then come back to it. I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm not getting anything, so they can't see anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. YouTube is a whole new world.
It is, definitely. There are no boxes for them to tick, so they don't want to know. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. And that was the thing. And like, he couldn't help us, and he was like I said, it was very blasé, so it doesn't make you feel really good about it.
Yeah, you'd think it would be class for you as more of a, like, for me, it just I'm just a sole trader, so eBay's income, YouTube income,
Yeah.
whatever income, it all just goes into one kind of pot. But yeah, you'd think there must be some section that lets it just be classed as a hobby. Like, I don't know, like in Australia, you could always earn up to a certain amount of money while it was classed as a hobby, but then they've kind of changed that now. So it's like, if your intention is to make money, then, you know, it's classed as a business. So it's so different. YouTube is a little bit of you'd probably have to really seek help from an accountant rather than anyone else to give you the best advice.
Yeah, but it's just a 2 week
We're
thing.
still going. I'm going to have to go soon because I need to go in and go to the bathroom and stuff.
Oh. No worries.
It's like nearly 11 o'clock and I've been up since like Sparrow Fart at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I've got no work done. I've got to do my shipping and stuff today.
Stephen said his next suggestion was going to be registering as a non-profit hobby because of the money put into it. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I haven't really got a clue, to be honest. Yeah, we still going on, but I'm going to wrap up anyway, so that it's like 10 to 2 in the morning here for one, and also let you go to the toilet for another.
I've been sitting with my shake and my water, and I've had coffee. All I've done is drink.
Oh well, then you definitely need that.
I need a little toilet in the back room.
Yeah, you need to get Aaron to build you a toilet.
Yeah, come on, Aaron.
Little
ensuite,
little kitchen.
Step it up.
I need to find an all-night shop to buy something to drink. What, like, kind of drink?
Alcohol drink?
I don't know. Have you been to the dentist yet? Or is that tomorrow? I'm not really sure.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, he picks and chooses and don't hesitate to sanction you at the moment's notice. Exactly. They don't try and help anyone, Sarah, not really. Right, okay. So we're going to say night. I'm going to let Mal go, and I'm going to obviously go as well, because I've been literally live practically since 7:30. So, so good night, everyone. Thank you for
night, everyone.
Thank you to Mel and Ian and Nick, who was on earlier on. And we shall speak to you all later. Oh, you've had your root canal today. Ouch.
Ooh, ouch.
I hope you feel better. Bless you. Good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.